Well, well, hey, hold on. I'm gonna talk to my audience here for a second too, and I got to make sure they can hear you. Hold on, I got to put you in there. Okay, so they
Yeah.
should be. Yes, they can hear you now. So this is Don. This is Gunmuse. Kingdom 747 is having its first kill event, and Groot is doing a live on top of his, and I'm patching my live on top of that. So we're gonna go from there, and then while I set up all my other stuff, the now you're good. We're back on to you, man. Yeah.
No, okay. Gunmuse. I'll concentrate here to attack some castles. I love it.
Hold on.
Just a little bit gaming here. Uh, it is SOG. Our Ali is with 10 billion power, the highest one, and normally it's not fair we're attacking here the first 30 or the first 20
Usually,
alliances. But it's kill event. This is the game.
it is the game. It's the first 2 weeks of the game, and they literally
Mm.
removed it from the game because it was so destructive to the game. So it's one of those things where the people who are best at the kill event in a new kingdom, or the people who've been playing for 4 years and go, oh, way back when, this is how it used to be. And I know so much more than the guy who hadn't played the game for more than 5 minutes that I'm going to seem like a god. So it's an ego boost for older players, is what it is. And it's really an ego boost for older people who are not going to spend a nickel to stick around because they hop from kingdom to kingdom to kingdom. And it was what's her name in game? Oh, Crimson Queen or something like that. Something Queen. She was actually like, I don't understand this when you're talking about the the kingdom hopping, and the guys who jump into a new kingdom the first 5 minutes of a kingdom, and so the first 10 alliances that are formed wind up being the people in charge of the secret group that makes all the rules that no one can see. And it's always the same damn rules, and it's always so altruistic, like, oh, we're going to make sure you survive by having a nap. And what it really is we're going to make sure that I have time to build up for free so that during the first kill event I have a blast for 2 weeks, for 3 days. The it it's never changed. It's been that way for 4 years. It's a lot of people just don't kingdom hop. I do it for filming purposes, but 95% of the people in this game don't kingdom hop. Once they get so financially invested in a castle, they don't ever want to leave that castle.
Yeah.
The Hold on, I'm trying to show your Discord channel here.
Right.
Uh,
I go to your YouTube channel. Wait a second.
there we
I have here
go.
the TV.
Done. So there's Discord, and can I pop that out and make that its own little? What if I full screen that? Hey, look at that.
Wait a
It's
second. I just put on Gunmuse on
it's
YouTube.
it's a little fuzzy
Connect.
because of the quality of video coming from Discord. That's not me transmitting that fuzzy, guys. And I can't see anybody in the chat box yet. You got to give me a minute here. I'm still setting up my. You guys know the routine. YouTube makes me jump through hoops. Uh, Hold on. Let me get my Discord, or let me get my game up rather. So Dext. Windows 11 has been an absolute freaking nightmare for me.
I hate it too.
It They did just enough to make it a pain. They reassigned, every single piece of hardware in your computer's got its own unique number. They reassigned them all. And so when you set up studio software, you don't want to just turn around and say, "Okay, go search for a window." Which you can do, but I found out a long time ago, you want it to look at the window you want it to look at, or you're going to put out information you don't want to be put out. Uh,
Uh, you want to make the quality better from the stream? Wait a second. I just make a scout here.
can you increase to 720p?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. I was looking at that on my side. I liked this, after we did this with you the other day, I liked it so much that I implemented it into my server. And then I learned the differences between stage and the group chat. So there's some handcuffs on the Discord versus the independent broadcast software that I use. And I'm looking for my decks and I can't find it. What the hell? There it is. There it is. All right. So done.
Better? Yeah, now it's better. A little
Well,
bit better.
hold on. I'll get back to your. Well, I'll turn yours off while I get to mine. That is much better. The yeah, that's much better on my side. They'll be able to see that. There's a man. I was watching one of the other YouTubers. Son of Tech was talking about. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be uploading in 4K, and YouTube won't let us upload a live stream in 4K. So he went out and spent. I mean, he set up the hardware to do it, and they to upstream in 4K, you've got to have a good 100 megabit per second upload stream, which is
Yeah,
almost impossible in the United States.
I have just 50. Maximum I have 50 upload.
Yeah, see, in the United States, it's almost impossible to find that stuff. They tell people they have it because very few people would ever be able to test it. But the reality is, on a corporate level, if you want a 100 megabyte upload stream and it be guaranteed bandwidth that you're going to get your 100 megabytes, it's 10 grand a month. The It's not cheap. So like when we do the corporate servers for the gaming website, things like that, I've got 7 phone companies tied directly to the back of the thing, and it ain't and everybody goes, well, I went over to Amazon and for $29 a month they promised me 100 megabytes. Yeah, shared with the other 20,000 people who paid $29 over at Amazon. You don't know what somebody else somewhere in the world isn't seeing because you're sharing bandwidth with those people. Uh, uh, I figured it out a long time ago that it was worth the money, that I got so many more people to come in, and that it was worth the money. It was worth the money to spend the money. Uh, but you can't just go out of the gate and say, okay, I'm going to go put $10,000 worth of equipment up there and start a channel. That doesn't work either. Ain't nobody watching. You go broke before you get to making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
I wonder if
it
anybody's.
is
I wonder if
7
anybody.
plus 7. Say it?
I wonder if anybody's hit me yet. Hold on. I think the only person that's hit me. Yeah, the only person that's hit me is I had 800K silver open, so I asked if anybody needed to build some walls or a castle today, because I just didn't want to bubble. Yeah. This is one of these opportunities during the kill event. Unfortunately, uh, one of the guys that used to do the broadcast with us, Koji, absolute expert at hiding his troops during kill events as a free player and causing massive damage to other people while doing it. And it's a lost art in this game because of the last 2 years, the way they imbalanced the game so much that a single hit meant you got wiped out there for a long time. Right when the new guards came out, the new guard setup came out. Yeah, so honestly, the players need to the guys who've been playing for 2 years and know how the game works need to unlearn everything that they think they know about the game, because it's about to go back to a blend of new and old very shortly. Uh, all right, so there's his. I still don't have my. Hold on, guys. I still don't have my window open. I still haven't set up my YouTube stuff. Man, now that I got to do the Discord rebroadcast, I got one more step and everything to get done. Go live.
Ragnar, what more I have to write?
Yeah, the Discord is hey, just launch it. But the limit to the Discord is if no one's in your server, no one knows you're live. That's a huge limit. You don't have a marketing system on the other side of it to bring people in. You have to go out there and fetch every single person. You are literally the marketing system for Discord. You're their marketing. That they put these tools in here, they hide them behind a lock wall and an invite system so that you go recruit people to use their software. Yeah.
This internet is shit fucking telecom. That is fucking, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't like using Telegram, so insecure. All right, so now I've got that guy. Okay. Can see chat. All right. And edit.
Slowly, like fucking in Africa. Sorry.
Man, I went into the game today with the strict purpose of building a video on how to maximize damage, in an order, so for an event like this. Uh the R4s and over in HMB have been really concerned with stats, because I put out a video last year on base stats and it seems like they listened to a small segment of it. Oh, these stats are very, very important. So now they're the only thing that's important from the way that they're, when I go in here anonymously and they don't know who I am, they're teaching me about how stats work and they're not teaching me properly. So, and that's making me go over my own work and go, okay, what did I not do right that I need to do right next time that somebody can actually learn the lesson that they're trying to teach someone else. Because I actually realize I'm the start of the bad information, even though it's not what I said, but somehow it's all they came away with. But that gets down into when you look at stats, like the average person only on a short recorded video, the average person watches for 4 to 7 minutes. In other words, they kind of fast forward to where they think they get what they want out of the video, and then they never listen to anything else in there. They don't listen to entire content to get things in context. Uh, Context, it's just something that is beyond reason with today's children these days, right? To know why something is relevant. We got one R4 over here that every time I say something, he feels like I'm trying to tell the R5 what to do when I'm just suggesting, a better path for everybody to be a little stronger by focusing on the right things at the right time. And he's like, who's the R5 here anyway? I'm like, it's not me, but I didn't know that R5s couldn't listen to good information. Or that it's important that they stop. The instant promotion to R45 means that you must know everything. Uh, and bless Bella's heart, but Bella, I like Bella. I do like Bella, but
I love that too.
she has a habit of when somebody makes a suggestion that sounds good and she doesn't quite understand it, she just promotes them to R4. And there's a lot, and I know more of the people in this alliance than I think she knows in here. The But my people are a little more quieter than, especially than I am. The but they know what to do, when to do it, and so they don't really need leadership in that fashion. And at the same time, I again, I get a little upset that I got people who follow me for years that don't take the lessons they've learned and then teach them forward. The and the only thing that is getting taught forward is some of the partial information. Base stats is important, but it's not important in week one, which tells me that people don't understand base stats yet. So I already know what I failed to do by going, when I built my, what was that video called? Math and Other Fucking Problems. So in that video, because I talked as a big player about base stats because that's where they're relevant to. I talked as that kind of player, thinking I was talking to that kind of player, and I never separated the audiences from new player to old player. So as I'm redoing some of this stuff, and I'm going through this banner math stuff, this is where I'm going to start separating some of that thought on new versus old. Uh, See, like what you're doing, you're just coining up. How many troops do you build? Aren't you number one in troop
I
building?
am
What'd you build?
400,000.
400,000. You mean 4 million?
Yeah. No, no. They have just one. Is a little higher than us. I have just 400,000. It's not a
Oh,
lot.
the
I don't need more. I need one March.
Young
Oh, now I
Caesar
lost one.
Kingdom
Oh,
747. We're playing here. This is the live stream that you're seeing on the video is Groot. That's the German voice you're hearing in the background. Uh, and We had so many old players over the last 4 years, even some max stat players. There was so much because this started on New Year's Eve. This turned out to be a.
yeah.
It's an interesting start. It's not like a normal Kingdom start. Normally, you get the trolls coming in there and trying to bulldoze everything, and there's so many max stat players hiding in this kingdom that the trolls have kind of kept their mouths under control to an extent. And they're waiting to see if the max stat players get bored and go away at this point, I think, because they haven't been acting like themselves. I've got accounts hidden all over the place. I've already got accounts in the two newest kingdoms. They act like they normally act, but here they've been acting a little different. The Oh,
I don't come in.
I gotta read my chat here. Uh Tryhards. What do you mean by tryhards, Mule of America?
So, the last one, and you go another hive.
Oh, I'm live. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We got 15 people on the stream already. Yeah. Uh, and ever think about trying out a new kingdom in KOA? Forever stay strong. KOA is on my target list. Okay, but I'm not going to start any KOA stuff until I actually get the software built for the website for two purposes. One, I want to launch my own game, and I own the marketing. I have 1 million people a month that go through the website that have nothing to do with Guns of Glory or Kingdom of Avalon or any of that other stuff. Uh, and so on the launch of a new game, I've got something that most marketers don't have, and that is I have a pre-built market. I don't have to go ask Facebook or Google for favors. Uh, and it's a very powerful thing to not have to go out and spend $3.5 million in advertising to launch your game. I don't think I'll ever have to do that, which saves a bunch of money on a game launch. The and the Kingdom of Avalon, it's there's things about it. I've looked at it. I've played some of it. I looked
I
through
don't
the.
like it.
You don't like it? There's
No. King of
well,
Babylon with the dragon, and it's nothing for me.
yeah. The If we do a game launch, it's going to be a gun themed game because that allows me to bring my brand in. And with the other thing is with the Gunmuse word, I own that word for 22 years. Anytime that word is used in any search engine, you cannot outrank me on it. So when I go out and start promoting the Gunmuse uh, gallery of guns, which is what I've already been thinking about the name of the game and doing some concept stuff, the that allows me to keep the GOG and literally just cripple Guns of Glory in the process because I own 65% of the market. I'll just take it and shuffle it over to my market. Uh, the So everything I do today has a lot to do with what I may be doing next year or the year after that. It's I don't do wasted efforts. I try to make everything I do count for 2 or 3 times what it's worth. No need for an R4 for me. Be a little cook. Yeah, man. I asked her to demote me from R4 because one, I explained the alliance research many times, and when I get in there to go look and do stuff for filming, and then I see a discussion taking place where 2 lost people are asking questions, and I jump in. I got another R4 who always wants to jump in and make a snipe comment because I'm not the R4 now anymore. Or they were upset that anybody was making a comment other than themselves, and that's just part of this game as well. It's a distraction to work. I got in here for 4 hours a day. I didn't get a damn thing done. I didn't film 1 minute. I needed to get at least 4 hours of film done, and I got 0 done. I need 4 hours of film to make a 30-minute video. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I did already another game also. I was playing half a day and make a video of maybe 1 hour.
Cooks do all the work anyway. Yeah. That's what at 1 o'clock. I was like, man, I'm gonna go in there and take a nap. And then I was like, oh, I'm hungry. And we got the new Ninja Foodie, and we threw out our old air fryer because it started making a noise. I don't know why I didn't bring it out to my office because it could have worked for another year or 2 out here. And quite frankly, I knew how that one worked perfectly. And the new Ninja Foodie's got a whole bunch of accessories to it. It's got racks and lids and pots and everything else. And then I went down the rabbit hole of trying to learn recipes for the new Ninja Foodie down to, can I boil eggs in this thing? And yes, you can. The Because like, how fast can I boil eggs and make egg salad? The But what I made was some spiced sausage today. That's what I made, the Ninja Foodie.
Gunmuse, my R5 is also in our chat.
She never speaks
And
while I'm here.
yeah, he's
tired.
he's camping our holes.
I thought it
He's
was
camping.
I thought it was Savage Queen still. Man, my wife brought home Taco Bell. I hated to tell her that I ate 10 minutes before she got home. The
What I'm doing.
donation star back to artillery. Artillery should be the last damage you do because they are only 15% of defense. They're not 85% of the defense. But all your other damage numbers, well, infantry versus artillery actually, but very few people actually attack with artillery. If you're gonna speed hit somebody and you don't have artillery in your march, you're wasting some gold. Because the artillery will knock the piss out of some infantry. It's just a forgotten art, and everybody's yelled, "Hey, don't use artillery! Don't use it." We had this discussion in the chat today. It's like where somebody says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I sent artillery to your march." I'm like, the days when we used to yell and scream about no artillery in the march, we used to have to hand scan the map for a Red Guard camp that may be 20, 30 minutes away. And you didn't want to take artillery on a 20-minute march. Now you have the search button. It's 45 seconds. You ain't got to get out and run alongside the damn march. If it adds 15 seconds to the march, but it makes you take less damage in troops, because it does, then stop bitching about it. Learn the new system of the game. Artillery shields your infantry. And it doesn't die easily because it's got high health.
You know what I'm thinking about artillery? This is they have to change anything. Out with artillery, make spies, anything. But no, who need artillery? Sorry for this word now. Fuck artillery.
Well, it's not a theory.
I don't know.
It's not a theory they're saying. The saying says I believe your artillery theory. It's not a theory. I spent damn near $8,000 proving the fact. The math works. They've
Yeah.
made some adjustments to it, but I can tell you the math works so well that in order to blow up my firewall, they will have to blow the game up again. The they will make an adjustment so harsh to the game to blow up my firewall setup that everybody will hate the damn game. Uh, I pretty much made sure of that because they went after my calculators a couple years ago just to try and get me out of the business, and because they don't understand their own business, let alone my business. The they keep hiring marketing companies but won't pay me to do their marketing. Their marketing companies think it's a good idea to come on my channels and say, "Hey, I think it's great, and I wish you would do a video about something no one's ever heard of." No one's asking questions about, but is some random person on some unrelated topic video. It's like they're running some automated software to go into my comment sections and to try and provoke videos from me.
Lord Doker.
The March formation stuff, I won't get back into March formations. I can tell you they changed. The new gates, I just played them today, where you had unlimited time to hit them as much as you want to. I threw all kinds of old formations off the top of my head, and I want to say half-ass because I haven't gone through my troops and built up a bunch of troops so that I have a controlled march to know what that a distance march is doing distance things and a cavalry march is doing cavalry things. I don't have that yet in this kingdom, but I can always do it over on Kingdom 592. Uh, I have gates in my little two-man alliance, and they're full, and I could go hit now that I can go hit it infinitely for 30 minutes. I've got the marches to do that kind of stuff. I just don't have the time to do it just yet. So it's on the agenda. Yeah, the spine breaker is back to being more relevant than most marches. That happened about 4 months ago. Uh, the original spine breaker, uh, where they were talking about adding Guns of Glory guards to Kingdoms of Avalon, that community threw enough of a fit because it was using my March system for Kingdom of Avalon, the old Spinebreaker stuff. Uh, the Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute, Red Leg. Uh, the uh, the they were talking they were using my March system in there, and they knew what blew up over in Guns of Glory because of the changing of the guards and the attempt to destroy the March formation system. Uh, that community threw a little bit of a hissy fit on my defense. Uh, not by name, but they literally said, "Hey, we do not want our formations changings. This is, it's part of the learning process. There's already so much to learn." Man, Groot, go in there and get your timed events. That little red dot's annoying the piss out of me, man. Go collect your loot. It's a distraction.
Gunmuse, sorry. If it's so fucking ticking here about the quality, I don't know what happened here.
That's
It's
fine.
it's working. I know what I'm doing,
Oh
but
no,
the
no.
people who's watching this, they don't. They mean what is
I
what is
think I think everybody
Groot
can
doing?
see what you're doing. I think everybody sees it.
That's all okay.
Red Leg, yeah, you do, this was the first time I played the gates. Now instead of being, they're open for 30 minutes. You can hit them as many times as you want, and then with all your max damage, and no one's stealing. So if you show up the last, you know, uh,
We do
five
just
5 minutes of the gates, you can
we,
still participate.
we do it every time. 25 troops, no arty, no airship.
But that gate's
Rule.
gone. That gate's gone, Groot. Today it's an infinite amount of damage. The gates won't die if you hit them. You get to hit them as many times as you want with all you got for 30 minutes. The gate system. This is the first time I played it. Was today. Definitely an improvement, but it's still a problematic with the fact that they're set to a particular time frame on an international game. So somebody's getting screwed on time. I still think the gates should be, if you're going to do an infinite amount, if you're going to do an infinite gate system, fine. Leave it open for 24 hours and limit the number of times you can hit it. Make that small change, and all of a sudden gates are, thank you, Stephen P. So what's the changes that are coming to the GM to make it a mix of old and new play to the GM to the game? Uh Look, the Uncharted Seas is going to keep people around longer because it really you have to be a unified front to go one alliance attacking another alliance, and you really can. There's an effort there to you know build as a kingdom. And then what's going to suck for us in kingdoms that we're like in 747 where we're at now is as the Uncharted Seas comes in and new players up, those newer players will probably be a more cohesive team than anybody who's played the game before us. Uh, yeah, the the team play is going to come out of Uncharted Seas. It doesn't exist in the game right now. People are,
Uncharted 2.
yeah.
The
Well, look,
first 2 weeks, I loved it.
look at Groot's screen. See bubbles? Everybody joined the war game. Doesn't want to play the war game. Why? They don't want to lose what little they built. The so somebody with money is going to come along and get their giggles when the reality of the math of KE has always been a problem. You spend 4,000 gold to teleport out to an alliance, 2,000 there, 2,000 back to win 1,500 gold. It, in other words, your only reason for going there is what you know. The Now for the people who do the most killing, hey, there's those 50% freaking March caps. Those are valuable. Not right now, but they will be in 3 months when we play KVKs. Or if you want to do a really kick ass wolf event and stay on top, that's usually where I wind up using those 50% things. Uh, but over in Kingdom 592, I don't even play KR, and I'm in top three every time. Just on defense alone, I make the top three. Yeah, I don't even have to play the game to be winning at the game. That's one of the beauties of the firewall. Yeah, the they
That the first kill
yeah.
event, that is easy. That is unfair and easy.
Are you not a plank? Is that you?
No, no. Blank is in our alley. Uh, Blank is blank. There is no. I am Groot. Blank
Right.
is my son.
Oh, okay. I knew
No,
there
no,
was
no, not
something.
true.
I thought.
No, no, not in real life. Blank is the son of Groot.
Okay.
Oh, there's nothing else.
Well, UAC
No,
is a no loss event. That's one of the reasons it's best. Everybody gets to take their fear off the table. The rules of UAC probably need to be a little more upgraded because there's two. They do this with a lot of events. There's the individual portion of an event. Let me go get my 80K and I'm done. And then there's the alliance portion of the event. And I think for UAC, they need to take away the individual loot. The Take away the excuse to log on, play for 10 minutes, get or play for 2 hours and get your 80K. And really make UAC more of a uh, team oriented event. I had more fun when you played with the teams. 5 or 10 man teams. One big guy to go in there and clear towers with, and four littles that you're helping to get loot, and then make the loot of UAC teamwork a little more relevant. Uh, the They need to make the UAC loot relevant to the Age of the Kingdom and bring UAC in. We should be doing UAC now with the amount of participation we got, the amount of new kingdoms that have got this kind of participation. We should be doing UACs for Bloodtooth gear right now. The That would be awesome for new kingdoms. There should be a UAC every Saturday and no kill event during the first 2 months, and then go to the every 2 weeks after the King's Challenge is done. It's a good way to keep people. That's something where they wouldn't have to go through a bunch of studio time to patch their play problem, because they've got to patch their play problem. People are not sticking around. They're not sticking around because the jerk offs are still running the freaking, you know, the show. The
Now we go to the Turkish one.
the I watched people in my AC chat today says, "Well, I'm going to go into Kingdom 740 and kill everybody today, and then give away my castle," and that's exactly the problem I'm talking about. I'm going to make sure as many people have a miserable time playing the game as they possibly can, and then I'm not going to play in that kingdom no more. The And that is a common mantra from players.
Oh, Scotty is here.
Yeah,
My
it's
lovely Scotty is here. And Zeldris. Zeldris is I go over. It's not my. Well, I don't. I have nothing lost here.
hold on here.
Oh, wait. Turkey. CBK. Matt, hatten wir mit CBK irgendwie ein Nap? We had a nap with CBK. Matt?
No.
Okay. Good
Go
to know.
forward. Go forward. Have fun.
Yeah.
All right, man. And I know a lot of you guys that watch on the phones and stuff. Google has done their
Hey,
damnness to hide the chat.
Zeldris.
You guys got to watch the
Zeldris
chat too.
is. I have a beam and Zeldris is beaming on my place. Bastard. I love my brother Zeldris. Wait, I have joke.
Well, I would tell you that anything prior to, say, Kingdom, I want to say like 280, there's a different environment in those kingdoms than there is in the later kingdoms. Because there was prior to that, the game changes. I can't remember exactly when they come out with that. Man, it was when I was in 312. They just got rid of the ability to attack people within 3 tiles of the Dark Forest, like the second KVK I was in. That was the first of you know, the patches that were designed for people that were complaining about getting their butts handed to them. Uh, and trying to rebuild K1. Go into my freaking Discord, Bill. Look, you guys can use the Discord to recruit people to your kingdoms. But yeah, like I said, I think that there was, but back then the rules were so rough. Teamwork was a requirement. So I think there's a different environment in those older kingdoms than there is in the newer kingdoms. You guys ran the trolls forward, and then the trolls went, "Oh, I learned how to be an asshole in Kingdom 1 and Kingdom 13. They wouldn't tolerate it. I'll go to some place where they don't know me." That's now we're dealing with that crap. The And then you got the people who download the game for the first time. They don't know what to expect, and all they see is the 4 years of people who got pushed out of other kingdoms coming into a focal point. Every 2 weeks, they jump kingdoms like a herd and make it miserable on other players. And so no traction gets made. Yeah. Quit running off all those trolls. Keep them around, beat on them a while. What I did in 592. It was hella fun for a while. What did they expect? I spent a month advertising every troll in the kingdom come in here, and then I maxed out a castle to beat the crap out of them. What did they think was going to happen? Yeah. Their words don't hurt me. Yeah, if you got a core crew, it's easy to build more. It's easy to add more people to it. You've got to remember a basic truism of life. People lead like they've been led. So when you've had 4 years of bad alliances, and then somebody says, "I'm going to go start my own alliance," their brain has built pathways on what leadership looks like, and they don't even realize they duplicate the mess that they didn't agree with, and then it becomes chaos being moved forward again. It's easier to spill that chaos forward than it is to do anything else. That's why in the military we take 17-year-old kids before all their pathways are formed, and we tear them down into nothing before we build them back up into leaders. It's not an accident. It ain't to be cruel. It's just a biological fact that for 2,000 years, every single country that's ever had an army knows you can't teach somebody to be reliable when they were just a child. Although, seems odd, but
I think I'm done.
now what are you going to do? Can't just go out and kill people. Look at all them people you
I
killed.
did it.
Look, all them people are going to cry, "Oh, you killed my 16,000 T1s. This game sucks."
No, that was not the reason. Wait, here's UPS. Here's Konstantin. And it's my Ali. So have a look what we did. So yeah, it's done.
Are you number one? Where am I looking? You're 4 and
No,
6.
no.
So there's somebody out there killing the crap out of people trying to get to the top of that leaderboard. For why? There's
Just
no.
so.
There's
It's a game.
look. You
Gunmuse,
you
what
got
I'm doing now.
1,300 gold in reward, and made the cupcake generation cry.
Gunmuse, what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now. You know what I'm doing now.
Then in the herd.
Drinking a beer with you. Wait a second.
Oh, hold on. Let me unplug here. I will go back to my fridge. Ugh. Why, yes, I do have beer handy. It snowed here today. This is the first snow of the year.
That is just a cleanup to make. Maybe we have in 3 months 15, maybe 10 alliances. More is not possible in a kingdom. And in Antarctica, more than 5 allies is not possible.
I tried today to get people to do, we were talking about don't take artillery to my Red Guard raids. And I'm like, we only go 40 seconds from the frickin' alliance now because of the search button. So, we don't have these 20-minute marches out to a Red Guard camp like we used to. That's where the complaint came from. And I said, well, guys, if we're going to turn around and throw these complaints out about artillery, then let's play the games like we used to play. How many of you used to play those games of let's go to the fort that's 20 minutes away and see who can get their march back the fastest? You have a little donor castle that you bring into the alliance. Everybody puts, 100K iron into the donor thing. You boot it out of the alliance, and whoever wins the race back gets to keep the million iron. Little inside betting inside the game. If you really wanted it, you could speed it back. But yeah, or the bragging rights alone. No one was interested in that. I mean, I always thought that was fun. Transfer 100,000 iron to a independent castle, kick them out of the alliance, and that's the betting pool.
I don't need it.
You know what I realized after this last time? I grew up in a Mennonite area before the 8th grade, and there was so many people spoke German, and I understood and could speak a little. And then you were speaking, I'm watching those things, and I only get like one out of every 20 words. I have completely forgotten almost every little bit of foreign languages that just a few years ago, 4 years ago, I could sit in this game and read most countries' stuff, except for freaking Portuguese and the Turks. None of the Arabic languages I can read. The Yeah, these KE events, I don't. They put this back into the new things, and that was part of the I don't want my thing I invented for Guns of Glory to go away. Because everybody, I mean, remember how messed up it was? Half the kingdoms had KE during KVK, so the
Yeah.
jackasses in those kingdoms took advantage, and I had that in 362. And finally just got to the point where we were a KVK kingdom. We would have a couple hundred people show up and try to be prepared for KVK, and we would get into these 18-hour, 20-hour fights. And then we had one alliance full of jackasses that would wait till KVK's over and go kill anybody who had any troops left. So they got none of the bonuses to build their troops back. 300% bonus didn't count for that. So it was just literally one alliance trying to kill our own kingdom. And and then finally we stood on them one day. Just that was we we had a little. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. I was an R4 in my own alliance, and we had a 10-year-old named Fireman, grandson of one of the other players, and he had made a deal with the R4 of that alliance that was killing everybody. And then when the R5 of that alliance came on, he reneged on the deal. And when I logged back on, he's like, "Well, you made a deal with a 10-year-old." And I said, "I'm going to make him the freaking ambassador right now." And for the next 10 days, we zeroed their alliance 24/7. It didn't even matter if you had an empty castle, you were being hit 24/7. I was like, "Let me show you what keeping your word looks like." Stop pissing on people. The I was like, "He's just 10 years old." And I said, "I don't care." You made a deal with him because they had this habit of making deals or setting up sucker castles and trying to trick people into hitting stuff. And I didn't like that stuff. Back when you used to rain a castle to make sure everybody died when they hit the castle. The 312 312 was the start of all the negative changes started trickling into the game. I remember when we had uh, hell, when I started, it was still $1,200 for a set of uh, not Demon Hunter Duelist. It wasn't no $4,000 like it was prior to me, but Duelist was still $1,200. Uh, and then I got up to a C30 and kind of and peaked there for a while, and I didn't know enough about the internal garbage going on in the game, the politics portion of it at that point in time, to know that people were just shitheads. And then from the YouTube portion of it, I broadcast out, the player named Trick King, who was conspiring with other kingdoms to kill the alliances in our kingdom during KVK. He would tell them which towers to hit. And then they would go into the towers and have somebody in farm gear take on the mega, so the tower get wiped out. That kind of stuff. And then when I started getting a little hot and heavy in the YouTube thing, I had my own alliance in 312. And then I went to go join the Men of Mayhem, the mom alliance over there with Dad's Barbecue, who is in Kingdom 747. I wish I could get him in here tonight. He's a max style player. He's a big coiner, but he doesn't go out and kill people. Dad's Barbecue. He's over in Hitman's alliance.
in Hitman's Alliance, in
Mm,
TDR.
yeah.
What is his name?
Dad's Barbecue. He hit C30 in one day. The day he signed up in 747, he was C30 5 hours later.
Wait,
That that
TDR.
that kind of spender. Yeah.
Again, what is his name?
Dad's Barbecue. He's probably not on
Okay,
four. He's
this is not Hitman, not the Hitman. Okay. Then we have here.
probably in R3. This is the last place I looked. I'm not stalking him. But hold on, I can
No,
stalk. I can stalk him. Hold on, because he's in my mailbox. Maybe he changed his name. Let me go down. Let me go down. Oh, there he is. Let me ask him if he's around. Alliance. No, he's in your alliance. He's in SOG right now.
in my Alliance.
Yep.
What is his name?
Dad's Barbecue.
Dead Barbecue.
Oh, he went C26 that one day. He's a 20. He's at level 26 right now.
26. Barbecue. Matt, you know him? Matt? Oh, he's not. I know.
But he's in your alliance. I didn't think he would last long with Hitman. It's not his play style. He's like us. I mean, he's just a really really nice guy, and he's not going to tolerate the way Hitman talks and acts. Yeah. The Moms guys were really really nice guys. When I joined their alliance, I think it was the first time they ever won a UAC. Because they were a little the rules that were being lined out in the kingdom, they never learned to play aggressive. And then when they started to learn what they could do, the alliance really became kick-ass. And then 312 really became a contender in freaking KVKs after that as well. Used to be show up,
No.
let your troops die. Yeah. Learn a lot from me. If you've been playing longer than I have, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm in some stuff good, in other stuff I'm a idiot, like a rookie.
Well, I bring such a varied background that I translate experience from other areas into the game. It's like everybody wonders how I know what's going to happen next, and it's actually logical business play is what it comes down to. You know, I know the what a business is going to have to do to correct a path they're heading down. I also understand that it takes 3 to 6 months to steer the ship. I mean, it's a big ship. You can't just say, "Hey, this sucks. We're going to change it tomorrow." That's not going to happen. Uh, and then I know from doing marketing online for so long, don't sell something you don't have. The the so Gun to Glory has always got ads out about a game that they don't even have. Yeah, if you've ever watched a Gun to Glory ad someplace else, yeah. Man, you guys know how to go beat these big players, right? Somebody go put something in their strat center, and when they have to come hit you in the strat center, you hit them in the strat center. It takes their march cap away when they build all them troops up. So like all these people who did a bunch of troop building, don't hit them castles. You'll die. Hit their march cap.
Yeah.
You've got you fight if you're fighting a bigger player, always fight them at a point. Towers, strat centers, castles, forts. Never fight them at their castles. That's a there's Dad's barbecue. He's 2 squares to your right. Did you see him?
No,
Look at your castle.
but huh?
Look at your castle on the where you just parked your castle.
Yeah. Ah, here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
right.
see him.
Where's that? Where's that Dad's
That,
barbecue? I have no clue what you're talking about.
that's barbecue. Sorry.
He's a really good guy. He's a good asset to have around. Ah, yeah, good person to have in the kingdom. But the problem with Bad's barbecue, I don't want to say problem with it, is the reality of Bad's barbecue is he flies to China to test metal before they ship it back to the United States to make sure it's not counterfeit and other things. And so he's gone a lot. He makes a lot of money. He comes back and he spends real quick, but then then he's gone again. So he's always on the road. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody, make sure you like and subscribe. Uh, and if you want to invite people over to your Discord, put the link in my live chat there, Groot. Yeah.
Yeah, can. I was talking about Matt, with Matt about first he want just members our alliance in the DC, and I was talking with him now. I make one room just for uh, how is called our rally? One just for Shadow of Glory, and the other DC stuff we make for all people. We need
Yeah.
just one room, especially for.
I tell you, Kingdom K47 747 needs to do the unified R5 room where you have your R5s who are holding a discussion. Anybody can join the room, but only the R5s can talk. And then that way, these guys in these alliances can see if their R5s are not talking. I saw that discussion in my alliance chat today that ideas are being suggested and no one's giving positive or negative feedback on it, which means that you have absentee R5s. Leaders who aren't there aren't leaders. They're the people wanting free shit when they show up. Yeah, you got to kind of that's one of the reasons people join in early in kingdoms is to get out in front to get as much free stuff as they can. Yeah. I don't do line anymore. Too many people got their information stolen from line. I have no way to
I hate
test.
line.
I have no way to test
I hate
this.
line.
Way too
Before
many.
I do line, I do WhatsApp.
I don't do WhatsApp. That's just totally controlled by China. The I say I don't do WhatsApp. What's the one I'm doing now? Telegram is the one I got to do now. That's different than the other ones. The
Telegram,
yeah.
it's bigger. You can upload 8 gigabyte videos. You can make groups with until 2,000 people. It's really better. From the technical is Telegram a lot better than WhatsApp. From the technique.
I don't even know what my Telegram link is, but I've got a Telegram. I have a room for Telegram. I've never promoted it. The only thing I use Telegram for is the crypto stuff. Google just announced that they will be taking crypto payments for gaming in Bitcoin. So crypto is coming to gaming. Now I'm going to throw my little political conspiracy on top of that, just so you know that's based on experience, not just wishful thinking that, Google has done a couple very nasty things to the American public to defy the Constitution. First, one was the swimming pool tax. Google used the mapping software to tell the state of Connecticut where every swimming pool was, so the state of Connecticut, which couldn't look over a fence to find out if you had a pool and they didn't know about it because they passed a swimming pool tax, and then everybody got a bill in the mail for their swimming pool because Google used satellite imagery to peek over the fence as a private company, yet nobody sued Google for trespassing. which is basically what that should have been. The Google also bought Gunbroker, the largest gun auction site in the world. They spent over $1 billion on it. And when they bought that, they took a list that when Connecticut passed an anti-AR-15 law, they told the state of Connecticut, everybody in the state of Connecticut who had bought an AR-15, because the federal government can't do that. It's against the law. The last time we registered a bunch of people, it was the Jews. The that didn't turn out so well for them. The so that's why there's always been an anti-register. There's not a TV show in America that when they talk about a gun, it's like, oh, it's registered or it's licensed or it's unlicensed, and there's no such thing. It's against the law to license a gun in America. But you'd never know that by watching TV. That no such thing exists. The any licensing laws are usually a regulation, and people don't know that they're technically voluntary. They're not a requirement. The Because there's other issues with that. And what's the other one that Google did? Uh, well, they just have this habit of collecting data through databases and turning around and telling the government. And right now in the White House, the IRS wants to tax anybody's crypto, but crypto is not currency, it's property. It cannot be taxed, even though Nancy Pelosi keeps threatening like it is. They've lost they've lost 2 Supreme Court lawsuits about it, but everybody should know that losing a lawsuit in the Supreme Court doesn't matter to this administration. They just lost one last week. Yeah, we don't care. Hey, you can't turn around and tell people to get a shot. Yeah, do it anyway. They literally said that an hour after the case. I think the company should force their employees to get shots, even though the Supreme Court said you can't do that. Yeah, do it anyway. So when people start paying with crypto with Google, and Google has a actual representative like they're their own country in the White House, Google is probably going to hand a list to the IRS of everybody who bought or received cryptocurrency, and so that the IRS targets those people's bank records. That's how they're going to build the list of who to audit. So good luck, Google. While you guys are turning around and saying, hey, everybody can pay for Bitcoin, do not expect to see the Bitcoin option over on the Rogers Raiders website anytime soon. We may be putting cryptocurrency into our gaming stuff very shortly. I'm actually building my own stuff for that, but I'm building it off of what's called privacy coins, so that me and my users, I don't need to know who you are. I promise you a service. You promise to pay for that service. That's the end of the arrangement. I shouldn't need your email. I shouldn't need anything else. In fact, I should be able to turn around and just use your crypto wallet address, which can be in the public and still be secure, as your login. That way I know you paid, when you paid, and how much you paid. We'll be able to look it up in the database. But that technology doesn't exist.
You need crypto. You need 2 wallets, one to dealing and one to make it safe.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Well, we did a live 4 weeks ago where I gave away $50 in crypto, and we come to find out that Google was blocking me from giving away the crypto. I couldn't let no one could put a wallet in my live chat. My nose is itching something fierce. The crypto.com that I was pushing then got quote unquote hacked. But this is one of the things that I was talking about then, that crypto.com is aligned with Amazon, Netflix, Google, basically everybody that's on the leftist side of this country that's telling everybody crypto is bad, crypto.com is in bed with. And then suddenly crypto.com gets quote unquote hacked. There's no way to hack a wallet like that the way they claim that it did. The Twitter story on it is just nothing but false information. they updated their dual login for their two-factor authentication, where I use like my fingerprint and my face print and my PIN code and my email to log into my wallet. And I haven't been able to log into my wallet since. So they're quote unquote hack, and now we're going to make everything secure. They secured me right away from my money. And the fact that a private company thinks they can do that means that, or the fact that a private company actually did do that, that's not crypto. That's not what cryptocurrency, that's not how it works. No one should be able to touch your money but you. Yet this company run by Amazon just said, hey, we got a problem over here. We're going to hold everybody's money for a while till we figure out how we screwed up.
But Amazon, have a look to Guns of Glory. If you're really paying for this game, you have to use Amazon. You have to.
Yeah,
You have 18% less. Minimum 18% less.
20 in the United States. 18 where you're at, 20% in the United States. If you buy $250 up front, right? 250 or 500 bucks. If you buy up front for Amazon Gaming, you get for 400 bucks you get $500 worth of stuff. So it's $400 for $500 if you use Amazon.
Yep.
And I will put the links back up here shortly for the Amazon purchasing of coins, because I did all those videos a few years ago of how to put the Amazon apps in, and Amazon never paid me for a single big player, because one of the things is they're supposed to pay me 5% for you guys buying. Never 1 cent did I get from Amazon. And I've got a market reach like nobody's business. Because they let the links on the web break the links in the phone, and there's no affiliate link tracking through the phone and the apps. They got all this breakage in the system to not pay their bills. And this is one of the, again, when Amazon builds its own crypto and crypto.com, I told everybody I think Crow is going to go somewhere because it's mainstream. But at the same time, if their goal is to get enough people in there to just get a bad taste in their mouth before the market collapse, they probably accomplished that this week. To see how much ripple wave they could create, and like, oh my God, I got hacked. It's impossible to hack a wallet. It's just, like I said, what the stuff that I'm working on is my own branch of stuff so that we control the security. And if God forbid something does go awry in there, I don't believe all the hacks that you read about in crypto out there actually take place. I guarantee you it's something going on behind, in every charity organization that I've ever been a part of, somebody has always stolen some money. When there's a big pile of money laying around, somebody helps himself to it. It never fails. You can't make me believe that suddenly that's not happening in crypto. Like I'm setting up a pool right now, and it takes 3 wallets to set up the pool so that you limit the risk of what's exposed at any given time. But really the risk winds up being is people setting up the pool software are downloading free software built in Russia. I said, you literally are downloading the hack that's going to take place later when it's big enough to be worth stealing from. I don't think they looked at their own software that they start with. Yeah, Bill, you don't, but from a business standpoint, on the line, Bill's talking about he has no problem with line. Over the years, I have seen more women harassed via line and had their information exposed. I've seen more rooms that have brought up information, and then they let one little troll in there, and that troll acts like he's being helpful, and then the person managing the line group doesn't really want to manage the line group anymore, so they let just damn near anybody do it. Next thing you know, they kick everybody out. I brought people in to manage line groups. The first thing they did was kick somebody out. I mean, within minutes. The it's it's chaos unless you know everybody that's in the line group. And in order to get in a line group, you have to know the line group exists. You have to be invited, which means you've got to be promoting line in order for line to be useful to you. Uh, I'm not promoting a company I don't own. The anybody wants to read a how-to or talk to somebody, I've got a forum on Rogers Raiders. It's free. You can go in there and talk to Guns of Glory guys all day long, ask questions. People are often helping. I got a Discord room. You can join anytime you want to. It's open. The link is over on the website. Anybody can find it. The uh, the there's no hiding there. You know what was it? Somebody it was Crimson's kid was telling me that if I got 10,000 people in my Discord group, I could move to another status of Discord. And I'm like, first of all, there's not. I don't believe there's 10,000 active people that want to give up their information. I think a line group's limited to what, 300. Jim, how's it going? I need the 25 or $30 packages of what? I don't know what Darwin's asking. Light beer. I do not like diet beer all that much, but Ultra's pretty good for a
Diet beer. Beer
diet.
is beer and forget
No,
diet beer. Beer is beer. Beer have to be a beer.
no, that ain't that crap. I mean, that stuff you guys drink in Germany, man. I spend the next morning on
In
the toilet.
Germany,
That cleans the
if
plumbing
you're
out.
drinking in Germany a diet beer, if you're drinking or if you order in Germany a diet beer in a pub, in a local, anywhere,
They
you
give you a
get killed.
Foster's. They give you a Foster's.
Foster's Foster's is a lagerbier. Foster's is an Australian lagerbier.
Foster's is a very light beer compared to most beers. I mean, they don't drink Foster's in Australia.
Yeah,
The that's
this is
Foster's.
Australian beer, but you don't get it there.
Foster's is
I
like
was drinking in Vienna Foster beer, but not in Australia.
Foster's is like drinking Lone Star in Texas. Although I know people who like Lone Star. the Normally I like reds. I'm a big fan of red beers. The and I will drink when the local brewery down here. Me and the brewmaster used to hang out every night after work, during work, and that final filtration process that they go through on beer. We would pour off a gallon of that before it went through the final filtration process. So it's a little bit of a harsher beer than what most people want to drink. And that was some of the best reds because he wasn't allowed by the owner of his brewery to be the brewmaster of his brew. The owner come in and told him, you put this, this, and this in it, and brew isn't made that way. You constantly got to be adjusting stuff to get the brew to come out tasting the same from batch to batch. And he wasn't allowed to do that. So every once in a while we would make some test batches. After he got done cleaning the first stuff up, we'd make some test batches that were just for us. Yeah, Light Labatt's. Man, some beer really is a local product more than people think. Like Pabst Blue Ribbon is crap beer just about anywhere you get it, unless you're in Milwaukee. And then that is one of the best beers you're ever going to drink. It doesn't travel well. The One of my favorite beers, and this pit, they got the Budweiser Golden Ticket going on right now. Uh, where you're supposed to go out and buy Budweiser, and if you find the golden can, you can win $1,000 or $20,000 or something like that. And by the way, you don't have to buy the Budweiser. You can just go to the website and sign up and take a picture of a golden. You can print one of these golden labels out from their website, wrap it around your beer, take a picture, send it in, and you're in the contest. It's such a bogus thing. But Budweiser bought the Ice Plank Brewery, 97, 98. They bought them. And Ice Plank Brewery made one of my favorite beers, which was Red Dog. And when Ice Plank Brewery was still the Ice Plank Brewery, the first year they made Red Dog, I was up in Milwaukee. We were at one of their, hey, we've invented this new beer. Come out there and taste it. And I told all my friends, I said, this is the best beer I have ever had. And I said, I guarantee you that it's the best beer that anybody's ever had. And that next year they won the world event. They were the number one beer in the world. And then Budweiser bought them, and they turned into kind of a little bit less of a good beer, but they were still better than most. But the nice thing about a Red Dog was we had this beer cooler that when you set any American beer in it, they would freeze, except for Red Dog. There was enough alcohol. And friends would come over, and with me and Bruce, me and my buddy Bruce would be sitting down, and we'd be drinking the Red Dogs. They go, oh, what's a Red Dog? They drink one of them, and all of a sudden you see somebody go, oh, what the hell? Their eyes like, it's like, oh my God, I got a buzz off a beer. Like, yeah, that one's got a kick to it, don't it? It was one of the few 13% alcohol beers for a long time. My in-game meal? Hold on, we can do that.
You was drinking already German beer?
I'm not a fan of dark beers. Uh,
Like
like
dark beers. We have
I won't even drink Guinness. I don't like Guinness. I don't like Black and Tans.
no. We talk about German beer.
I haven't, but I don't drink beer at room temperature either. I won't do that. I won't drink anything at room temperature. Yeah, I won't. I hate drinking a bottle of water at room temperature, but I have that, the cough that I have all the time is scarring in my throat. There's a reason I'm constantly drinking something cold. It's like putting an ice pack on my throat. The the hold on here. I'm gonna go down here, do this, and go. All right. You think all the RSS salesmen got into my box already? Nope, not in my box. Everybody can see the difference in quality between those screens, though. Yeah. Oops, I'm clicking on that. Did you notice my? Hey, everybody, I'm up here in the corner, in the upper left-hand corner. See my little thing I've been playing with? I've been playing with something to stay out of the screen, but be, and then I haven't put anything, and then I can come back in later and put something behind me in post when I'm editing the film. I can just go in there and fill in the green screen in post behind me. That's my new little clever thing that I'm trying to do for the how-to videos. Yeah. Yeah.
Gun, wait a second. I need a cigarette. I have to go outside.
You gotta go outside. Do you have a microphone? You got a headset? Or are you walking around with that? Or you walk away from the mic?
I can do it. Wait. Laptop. I can do it.
Are you hooked up with wires? Don't try. Yeah.
No. Right. No problem. But so you hear me?
Yeah. See, that's the funny thing about this kill event. It's a gold spend early on.
Who? Me? No.
Go to 362 box gun.
HMB, you love Bella. That is the reason we are there.
I don't know what you mean by 362 box.
What before were you talking about? What are you
I'm
talking about?
I'm reading my chat here. It says go to
Okay.
362 go to 362 box gun. You'll have some 747 still little new and right, cigarette smokers, you can't get anything done. They got to stop in the middle of work, go get a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can drink and produce at the same time. Uh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I paused my video up there is what I did. I think one of the problems I've been trying to overcome is the problems that Google or YouTube inserted into YouTube about 7 months ago. People on their phones can't see the live chat. And then even on my phone, if I rotate it sideways to get a better look at the video and then I want to go back to the chat, there's all this advertising shit in the damn, and finding the little button that says top chat to open it up and see the chat again is kind of a pain in the ass. And then you've got to have all these rules for getting subscribers, but they've made it hard for people to find the subscribe button. The that's problematic in itself. The that's what it should be doing is freaking. I found a new crypto coin for mining for people with older computers. I mean, I'm talking about people who have really kick-ass graphics
Oh,
cards, a couple, but that are like 8 or 10 years old, to where they can make, you know, $40, $50 a month with an old gaming computer. The that's just been something that's probably been turned off and in their closet for 10 years. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to spend money on a freaking server for that because it's an expensive server, or just tell people about it as a way to get them involved in it because crypto's coming. The It's going to be mainstream, and by the time it gets to being mainstream for everybody, it ain't going to be worth it to anybody. The guys that got in early are going to be the guys that are ahead of everybody, just like anything else. It's still not it's still not ramped up like it has been.
with the touchscreen is working better than with the mouse.
Why do I always start new kingdoms? This is the first new kingdom I've started in 2 years. What's up? I've done a new kingdom that I've played every 2 years. It's not an always. Ton. I've got a 2 GB 960 Ti. That is a 16-year-old card that I normally use for my bot system over here because it's so old. That is making $1.50 a day. Yeah, the that's stuff that's laying in people's closets they don't think is worth anything. And you can find those cards on eBay for about $75. So you're talking like a 60-day ROI on some of that stuff if you have to buy them out. Yeah. I love 60-day ROIs, but the live that I did with the crypto guys the other night, I broadcasted in the Discord the last minute. Uh the You know what? Because they did it to me, I'm gonna go do it to them. You know what? I didn't even go into my own Discord and tell everybody I was live. That's how crappy I am. Copy link and close. I think I figured out that I can move around in this Discord a little bit. Show non-video participants. That's not what I want to do. I full screen this thing. Now I want to unfull screen it. I don't know how. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. I'm babbling and I don't have any of this stuff. Oh, I hate Windows 11. Windows 11 will not let me have my own independent toolbar on my other screens like I had before with Windows 10. And turn off the decks, and there's the Discord. So I'm going into Discord, and I want to go. Yeah, you're at 720, 15 frames per second on your video input now. Not what I want. How come different buttons all do the same thing? I'm pushing different things on the menu and it keeps going back to the same screen that it was before. And I got pop-up menus, I think, that are trying to help me, but I don't know that they really are.
Okay, if you're live, we go to kill somebody else.
All right.
We're watching.
I thought you were done killing little people.
Yeah, but if you stream, I have to do something. I have to entertain the people.
Entertainment. What's with you Germans, man? That's all freaking Paper Matthews does. Oh, I killed Castle on Fire. Hit like it, subscribe.
Yeah, it's the game. Okay, let's have a look. Now it's working. I don't know. The internet is better now.
Yeah, you got good. Shows me getting 15 frames per second from you.
I do 15%. I can go higher if you want. Now I can go higher.
I wouldn't try. Well,
I have 15 FPS. Now I go to 30 FPS. And I go to 1080. So.
If you could broadcast and well, I don't know if we you should be able to broadcast in 1080 with well, hell, I only have 15 megabytes a second of upload on mine, and I'm broadcasting you. I'm downloading you and broadcasting you and running the phones, and my wife's in there watching Netflix right now. Actually, I think she's doing her homework. Yeah.
Right. I have to greet Bella from you, yeah? Is Bella here?
I don't think Bella pays attention to what
we're
doing.
Maybe.
No, I don't think she pays attention to what we're doing online. Is what I mean.
No, wait. For me, yes. He's not on.
Go see if you can get her to join the Discord.
What?
If I could figure out how to get back, streamer.
Wait, we do now.
I might lose you if I click this button, but I'm going to try it anyway. I did not lose you.
No.
And there, exit full screen. Now I got a button. All right. Okay, yeah, I was afraid to click. You see an X, you're afraid to click that while you're doing live stuff. I mean, you don't want to go out there clicking X's. Hold on, here we go. Omega's PC. I'm gonna go to their general chat. Actually, I'm not gonna bomb his Discord. That's rude. I'm not gonna do that. But I'll send a private message to him. I hope.
No, I don't. No. I just copy her name.
Oh no, I'm talking about something different. I'm gonna make them guys come in here. these are crypto guys that I was trying to help out, with my audience come over there because they're starting out and they're learning as they go. And watching that kind of stuff live is good for everybody because they're going to make mistakes with their money and you get to learn from their mistakes and you get to learn from their successes and learn what they looked for and what they didn't look for. It's always a good thing to watch. Uh, I do that with myself, but I don't film it all. Like I'll go out and throw $1,000 at something and it'll blow up my face, but I don't film it and tell everybody that I did something wrong. And I overall make money because I learn from my mistakes. I don't repeat them. Let's go back down. How to? Yeah, when you asked me to come in here to this live, I was on the couch playing hill climbing. Yeah. Wait a minute. This isn't a. But you can't take it outside the window, so it's just in the way. Okay.
So, okay. Let's have a look. So, ABC we was already, but have a look. Nothing burning anymore. Normally we have to wait 4 hours and then attack again.
All right. So let's bring that up on in here. See, I'm going to spend more this year trying to promote other people as much as I can. I've got the stuff to do it. I mean, I can't make people watch you. I can't make people follow you, but I am going to try. I think there's way too many in the YouTube generation that do not comprehend the lurker market. If it's not on a stat on a Google Analytics page, it didn't happen. If I can't brag about it, no one knows. And like a bunch of the stats that are in the back of the YouTube, you start digging deep down into the stats, and you're going to start seeing in places where you've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, but you look on another page and it says you only got 10,000 views, or it says that on top of the video. And then you got to start realizing Google doesn't care about you getting views on another website. They're not going to tell YouTubers that you got views on another website. The only thing Google is going to let you brag to the public about are the views you got from them and their audience. So Google's taken the corporate stance to act like no other method of marketing on the planet exists other than them. And so you've got to get over your own ego. And that's why I tell people, I said, I'm looking for the likes and subscribes this year because that's the approach they've taken, and that's the approach I got to fight. Is I need more. I need to actually chase likes and subscribes, or I'm going to wind up repeating a mistake I made back in 2006 when I turned off my search engine and said, "Look, I'm tired of you guys. I don't want to play with you no more." And no one knew who I was when I turned it off. After I turned it off, they were all using my product, but no one knew who owned the product that got turned off. And then just wait, and then 2 years later, everybody went, "Who the hell's Gunmuse now?" I'm like, well, shit, I was talking to 10% of the country when I turned it off. What do you mean? How do you don't not know who I am? And that was the success that Google pulled off starting in the year 2008, and it's something I didn't see coming. It was a big mistake. I mean, it literally probably cost me a couple $100 million making that mistake, letting them, because Google couldn't put me down before. I shut myself down simply because I was tired of fighting with the industry that I was involved in. The I just won't make that mistake again, and I'm a lot harder to kill than I was before. There we go. There's that, and let me take this. No, this. Right click, transform, fit to screen. No. Oh, is it a square? Hold on. Dink. Right click, transform, Fit to screen. There we go. That looks better. And then I'm going to go. Stop watching. Pop out. Oh, what did that do? That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Now, oh, man, that is so much cleaner, Groot. That's a good, crisp, clean picture.
Better?
Way better. That's yes, that's I don't even need my glasses with that. That's everybody
I
should be
just,
yeah, everybody should be able to see it.
I just don't want to see what I'm killing the small ones. That was
Yeah.
the reason. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I have telecom. Now we get Glasfaser. How you call it in English? Glasfaser? Glasfaser? How you call this in English? Glasfaser?
I don't know what that is.
The new one. Also, the new technology on the street with the no copper. The new one. FTTP. Also you get 1 GB per second, but you have to pay also €120 each month. We have next Tuesday. We have here in the town to decide if we want it. If 70% say yes, then we do it.
I
Um,
120 euro for 1 gig is awesome. If you don't understand, I mean, if you've never owned your own internet company, to get 1 MB, not 1 GB, 1/1000th of what you're talking about for 120 is by law in the United States $400 by law.
yeah. We have 119.90 a month. No, the first year. Wait, I have to watch that before I bullshit. Wait. I have it here. The prospect where you are.
Yeah,
Deutsche
I'm jealous of that because everywhere in the United States, anywhere there's a bunch of people who can't afford internet, they've got 1 gig, 1 gig up, down, 1 gig down. Or if you're in the East Coast, man, I was thinking about this today, like because the winter months hit. The
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Northeast, where all the liberals are that want to save the environment, are now paying 8 times as much for heating
Okay.
oil, which is
Listen.
diesel. And then now down in Dallas, they can't run their damn windmills because of the snow.
Listen. Also we have two options. DG Giga. It's 25 euro in the month. The first year. After 1 year, you pay 90 euro in the month for download 1000 megabyte and upload 500 megabyte. And then we have another better one for 120 euro in the month. There is also TV, all what you need included, also with 1000 megabit per second and upload 500 megabit per second. And this you get. Also not they say you get this, you get it. You get this exactly, you get this.
That is 50 times faster than what I've got right now, and I pay the same price.
Next Tuesday we have to
If they would offer me those speeds in my building right now, I would pay 4 times. I would pay $400 or $500 a month for those speeds. I need them. Right now, I've got $250,000 worth of equipment sitting in Dallas, Texas, that I have not seen in 6 years because we can't get bandwidth near my house. I have to ship my stuff 800 miles away just to operate it.
I was 98 when we was in the Philippines. We have 160 megabyte per second.
Yeah.
1998.
Well, like down in South America, what country is it? I want to say Brazil. one of the more prominent South American countries, they've got nationwide Wi-Fi where there is you can walk anywhere in a country and get 50 megabytes per second for free. They just turned it on for the public. The first world countries are footing the bill for technology that is way too expensive. Matter of fact, my wife looked at me last night and goes, "Have you seen the new Z Fold phones from Samsung?" I'm like, "Oh, our phone plan's up, huh?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's time. We can trade our phones in now." That's how I got this phone. She walked in one day and said, "Hey, here's your new phone." I said, "What's wrong with my old one?" I am still using my old phone, my S10 Plus, and I rebooted it last night. I wiped it out, reformatted it, and re-downloaded the software on it because you can now get Android 12 on the S10 Pluses, but not just yet. It's going to be, the phone company won't download it until late February, which really means early March. And once I get Android 12 on here, the new Android 12 that I got on my S20, awesome. I love the upgrades to the Android 12. They fixed a bunch of problems I've had for years. Stupid little stuff like if I take a picture of something and I want to message it to my wife, I had to go through 3 screens to find her name every time. She's on my favorite, she's in my contacts, I live in everything else. It's always off screen. Now, for the first time in Android 12, I click it, I click share, there's her name. Seems like such a simple fix that you didn't need to upgrade to Android 12 to get, but yet we had to. The bot guys, how's your bot stuff going, man? Have you got your bot working good?
What is working? What you asking me?
Yeah, your bot. You got your bot working good? Have you...
He's working on a farm. I don't use it here on this account, but he's not doing rallies. Oh, I found one. I found one. He's not doing rallies.
He's not joining. He's not joining
No.
them, or he's not setting them.
He said not setting it and not joining. Both.
Is it a new account, like a one that's in Kingdom 747 or one of the earlier kingdoms?
Yeah. No. I tried it in here 747.
Okay, I'm having a problem in the new kingdom, but I'm not having a problem in old kingdoms. And there's enough of a difference between the starter stuff and the stuff that comes in post King's event that it's goofing with the stuff. I just had this discussion with that developer because I told him, I said, man, this last month I've not been happy. And what I've not been happy with is something that's not going to last anyway because the game's going to change to whatever the game is in a month and a half. She says she helps up. If Clara, if you're listening, if you subbed, I didn't see it. It usually would give a little flag and say, "Hey, welcome to the channel," and all this. It's supposed to do all this neat stuff for you. It didn't do that. See, this is they can't see my screen here, but I go to click the Windows key to go open up a like my browser, and it's only on the one screen. It's not on the screen that the browser's open on. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, guys, I got to catch up on my chat because I didn't have the window open. I need $20, $30 of resources. Buy from a third party there, Darwin. Don't buy from frickin' GOG just yet. Or use the dollar deals. Guys, when they offer up those dollar deals for your RSS, Those are great things to. That's actually cheap RSS, and what you want to do is keep those packs in your bag for recovery, so that no one can steal it, and it's a good thing for recovery. So when GOG brought out those dollar deals, the I don't know, is it even open right now? Can I show it?
Gunmuse, question. You see now, you have also this problem every time if I go on this account and then have a look. Not this one. Wait,
Right.
wait a second. This one. You have this also? You have to click twice.
Go to your Go to your settings and turn off Map Tap.
I on 3D. I need 3D. You see more on 3D.
Not 3D. Map Tap. Go to your settings. And I can't read German. Yeah. You're looking for Map Tap. Yeah. Turn Map Tap off.
It off. I have it off.
Turn it on then. Maybe it's the other way around.
I have it on. I have it on. I have it on. Okay.
Then maybe. Hold on. Let me look at mine, and then I'll tell you what it's supposed to be.
No, I don't have it off.
I can't remember if it's supposed to be off or on.
Okay. No, I have it off now. Wait, you're right, maybe.
Yep. Turn it off. Now you can click on buildings. What was happening was the march was getting in your way. So now the building is the default thing you're clicking on and not the march going to the building. So when you're trying to spam the marches at them, you can now spam the marches at it without clicking on yourself or somebody else's march.
No, there's still a problem here. Still the problem here. Fuck.
Oh, I see what it's doing. It's just, you know what that is? That's a graphic problem. Hey, you know where the attack button should be? You know where the attack button should be in the bottom right-hand corner? Imagine that it's there and click there anyway, and it'll let you do it. That's a graphics problem coming up on your phone or your device.
No, I'm on my laptop. Have a look.
Well, wait a second. It's a graphics problem. I've had that before. It's an overlay issue.
No, it's got nothing anymore. Wait, I might have to do it back. Oh, I want to show you something else. Oh, it's running nothing anymore.
Hey, Raven, the miner update, don't use tons miner. They keep bragging about how it's much better, and it's not. Use the LOL miner and make sure it's version 1.42 or better.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What's so fluid? What's so really good running now? What happened now?
Rip, if you don't come in and tell me in my Discord channel about hacks like that, then I don't give a damn if you're telling my live chat that you knew something about it. Quit bragging, bitch. I'm just kidding. He said there was a glitch to buying stones and you could sell them back for more than what you bought them for. So you could stockpile hero coins, which means that if you did it really, really, really fast, then you should have enough damn hero coins to run frickin' to really pump up a new alliance with my gosh, I'm losing the words there. I know where I'm gonna go. Bounties. Yeah. So what he's saying is
wait a second. I want to show you something in my castle. There are buildings. There are no buildings. Also on the buildings are no buildings. I know there is an infantry building, but there is no building. Nothing. Show you now.
Yeah, I'm using 1.42 now, Raven. Like I said, on a GTX 960, a $75 eBay card, I'm getting 500K hash or 500 mega hash, whereas my RX 580s are just getting 900. So a $75 card is half as good as a $400 card. So 25% the cost, but still competitive. You can buy two of them for $150 and still save yourself $250 and make money. Yeah. Raven, the problem I got with your little did you see thing there is I don't even see the ability to sell those in the hero store. So I'm gonna say if you saw them in your hero store, someone is cheating somewhere. And it ain't just a glitch. Because that's what keyed off when you said that was I didn't know you could buy those in the hero store. I was like, did they change it? And this is the item list. This is what we can put in there for sale. Am I missing it somewhere? That why? And the other thing that came to my mind was why would anybody care to buy them with hero coins to begin with? The you don't have any of this type of yeah. If anybody that's in R4 in our alliance, why don't we have guard XP in our hero store? That's a very, very big deal. Usually, though, the best thing for buying out of the hero stores is the war documents when you run out of stuff. But banners, when you're early on, you can buy some banners and get some stuff done. Now that we're doing the what's it called? The Alliance Crunch event. If you can catch one of them banner, I don't see the exclusive there. I'm not doing that crap. Is that one of them? Woo! 4,800 glory banners. That's a big number there. I don't know if I got enough places to put that many glory banners. Hey, but let's go try. I like doing that one because it's something I'm going to do anyway, right? So I can go to oh, I'm not showing anybody what I'm doing. Dex. So I'm going to go to
I'll show you. Fuck.
Hero Store. Banners. How many am I going to get? 600 for that 10,000 coins. That ain't enough to go take that thing. So I need 4,000. I spent more than 4,000 this morning.
You see the right upside right my buildings?
Yep, I'm looking.
Yeah, there are no buildings. There are nothing.
What do you
There's
mean?
the time. I'm building cavalry, I'm building infantry, but there are no buildings.
Oh, well, that's what I was just telling you. The other thing where you were talking about how the circle, the graphic was in the middle because it's what's called a blowout graphic, so that it animates. But the click point was on the edge. So if you imagine where the attack click point was, the attack click point is still there. The graphic just hadn't caught up. You're having a little bit of
Is
a
it?
yeah, you're having a little bit of a hard drive issue. That's typically what that is.
Yeah, this is a brand new laptop. It's 4, maybe 5 months old.
That don't mean nothing. That means that laptop company bought the cheapest piece of shit hard drive they could find.
No, that's just for GOG. I bought 700, 2 laptops, each 700 euro, just for GOG.
What hard drives they got in them?
It is something I don't know.
Does your laptop have screws on the bottom to where you can actually access the hard drive?
It's coming. No?
When I used to sell laptops in a computer store, when we order brand new ones, We would literally take the brand new laptops and pull the factory hard drives out of them and replace them with aftermarket with much higher quality hard drives. And then I would extend the warranty to 3 years versus 1 year, which is because the whole point to doing that was a 1 year warranty, almost guaranteed I was going to work on that son of a bitch. And the hard drive was cheaper than the hour of labor that it would take to replace it, or the 4 hours of labor, because you got to copy data over. So the warranty work was costing me four man hours in labor, whereas a hard drive was costing me $30 to put a good one in versus the $25 one that the factory put in. Yeah, so click that open. There you go. And see where that click point is? When that click point don't show up, it's there. There you go. Click where that click point was. Down to the right a little bit.
You mean me?
Yeah, your other right.
Yeah.
When that graphic doesn't show up where the attack button is,
Yeah.
just go ahead and click where the attack button is. So,
yeah. Okay, wait.
Right. So that's where that's at.
But yeah,
Now click it again.
yeah, now.
Now
Okay.
go where it was. Yeah, there.
Yeah. Right now, and now.
Right there. Maybe down a little
Here.
bit. Down a little bit. Not the share button. It's gonna be. See the buttons there. The buttons there. It just didn't blow up. So yeah,
I know.
You got to remember the spot. I remember this when they do these. We had to go loot the people out in the middle of nowhere. It's like a vampire event, but it wasn't. This graphic glitch came up a lot, and I would imagine it's coming up a lot because of KE. There's probably a lag in there because so many people are hitting the attacks. The game has to communicate that you've clicked the attack button. That's a required communication. So that requires internet connection. That can't be done just off your advice. The graphic blowing up should be coming from your hard drive.
I don't do nothing else, just playing GOG with this laptop.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, these guys don't build quality games. Yeah. Everything that comes from the web has to be written down on the computer or device, and that's typically a hard drive. Now, laptop, even a solid state hard drive, is not near as fast as your phone solid state. Completely different type of memory structure. Oh man, I used to watch the competing stores go down to Walmart on Black Friday and get those backup drives that those USB backup drives, because they'd pry them open like a fried clam and steal the hard drives out of them, and then they'd sell them as new hard drives. And what they didn't know that I did know, because Western Digital used to be one of my customers back in the 90s, is anything that didn't pass inspection to be a quality hard drive became a backup drive because it wasn't being used 24/7 like it would be in a computer. And then what was it? The year 2010, we had the tsunami that wiped out the hard drive factory. I heard about that tsunami on the news, and I borrowed every ounce of money I could borrow and went out and bought every hard drive I could find. I think I spent about $38,000 on hard drives when I heard that typhoon hit, that earthquake and the tidal wave hit. And it was the only reason my store survived, because you couldn't do a repair without hard drives. And I was the only store for 200 miles I had them. And I wouldn't let anybody buy them. They were for repair only. They're like, oh, don't you have any hard drives on the shelf? Like, nope, sure don't. Can't buy them. Yeah. When are we going to build a game yet, their group? You talked to your wife into building a game yet?
Yeah, we talking about it last time.
Let's make that happen. We start now, we might get it done in 2 years. Yeah. I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to hire people who don't know what they're doing but have never done it before, and I'm going to teach them the right way to do something and not the way the industry thinks it should be done. Because these people that that get their first corporate jobs, I don't hire IT guys for the specific purpose that IT guys are trained to not get fired. To stay employed. In other words, something always has to be broke so you don't fire your IT guy, and that's not a good way to run a company. Uh, I need things to work when they're supposed to work. I could see the chia farmer guy. I see no mathematical way that chia works. I think chia was specifically invented by China for the purpose of selling hard drives. It, it's dumb. I don't see the purpose in it. It does a couple things. It gets a very dishonest IT guy who has a company that's got maybe gigaquads of freaking spare data laying around in their server farm to secretly sell their data until they wear out those hard drives that weren't moving, and then they got to buy more of them from China. Oh, we got a hard drive went bad today, boss. Not telling the boss the hard drive went bad because he was mining chia on it. The I've got a server that's sitting in Dallas that I have not seen for 8 years, and I've never had a hard drive failure. And yet, other people have hard drive problems. The servers aren't. The reason they have hard drive problems is if you Google how to set up a server, you're going to have problems. The damn things are going to fail all the time. Like I said, they're designed. That industry is designed to teach an IT guy how to make sure he stays employed. Yeah. And if I'm selling hardware equipment to one of those guys, it's guaranteed I got to give him a 3% kickback if he's going to buy from me. It's a very, I hate IT guys. I hate freaking government IT guys, especially. They're the worst.
Who's attacking me here? Who is fucking attacking me here?
Better put your,
I don't
better,
know.
better put your big boy panties on.
You know, have a look.
I think that's going to be a rally. Click on the right, the little where it says 248. That's a rally
I,
coming in.
I'm not interested. Ah, thanks if you say something. I was thinking TDR is coming.
It's Alec Baldwin.
Wait, come.
I love how a guy shoots a woman in the face, gets on a plane, flies to New York, and then says, "Oh, I took all the evidence with me, and no, you can't have it." And everybody went, "Huh? Maybe we should have arrested him and collect the evidence." Is what I'm thinking. I was like,
Let me take him.
the They are so trying to throw the woman that was in charge of that Hollywood set under the bus. Like there were 500 rounds of live ammo on a set. I have been on movie sets, the shoots. There is never live ammo anywhere near any of those guns. They would never do that on a movie set, ever. No one would do it, and yet it happened. Oh, somebody else is joining in.
Wait a second. Yeah.
No, right now, for people got spare hardware laying around, TON is instant daily money, which is not a way to look at crypto, but it's how the market looks at it. How much money can I shove in my pocket in the next 24 hours? It's not how crypto works, but it's all anybody talks about if you look at Twitter and YouTube. The And any project that is doing that, they're generally robbing whoever invested in the crypto. That's who they're robbing, and nobody's figured it out yet. The the for some reason there's a lot of investment firms in this stuff. Like I said, the mining pool that I'm putting together for Ergo is coming out of my pocket. I'm not borrowing money from somebody else to start a mining pool. It's going to be my mining pool. I own it. I own every ounce of it. The and when you do that, you want to make sure things are right. You want to make sure everybody gets paid. You want to make sure there's a reliable payment system, and then you want to make sure that there's long-term survivability of the coin. And the complaints that miners have about Ergo right now is that they have this 6 year and they're done mining thing, when other places like Bitcoin have like 2040. But they don't want to acknowledge that when Bitcoin set up its structure, no one knew what the hell mining was. They didn't know how long it would take people to get onto it or understand it or anything else. The now companies know that you can use crypto to get business done. So not only am I setting up a mining pool for Ergo, but I'm setting up a company structure that will use Ergo. I got 1 million users on Rogers Raiders. I got 17,000 uh, lodges and charities that could be using it as well. And then we got this place called, matter of fact, it's a place out of Germany called OctoMiner that builds these turnkey mining rigs. They're overpriced, but at least we have some way that somebody can just say, hey, where do I go spend $3,000 and start making money? Which is what I need for a charity. I need 60-year-old people to plug and play. Uh, the I've got to in any of this long-term structure thing, I got to think, how do I dumb it down to the lowest common denominator so that without opening up security risks to the lowest common denominator. There's always going to be complainers that it's too difficult to work with, and that's always going to wind up being security that makes it difficult. The some of the security is stupid. Anybody that sends me an email to double check that I logged in with my thumbprint, my email is not the most secure thing to be double checking. And so anybody that's it's false security, and there's a lot of false security in crypto right now. So I'm just gonna do it first, and then change the discussion later. The you can't turn around and complain about a problem if you don't have a solution. So right now the solution is not built. So the Idle Tools channel is not out there complaining about the problem so much because I don't have a solution built yet, but I'm about to. I got the first phase of something done the other day. I got my search engine loaded for Idle Tools, and now I'm trying to get Amazon incorporated into it. I got some other problem with them too. The company that does barcodes for all products in the world, their API will not let me go to page 2. So when I'm trying to look up barcode numbers, UPC codes for products, I can only get 10 of them instead of the thousands that I need to build a database with. Yeah. Before I start doing instructional videos on how to do what I did this last year, guys, I did start out last June when I got out of the hospital. I took $250, threw it into crypto, and I cleared $20,000 this last year just dinking around with crypto. During the bear market when it was crashed, way worse than it is right this second, and it's going to go down further, in my opinion. But we'll see. Yeah. Why metaverse? Like I said, I'm interested in. They're thinking that Google is going to bring people to crypto as the selling point. It's going to be on Twitter. What a great thing it is. And what Google is going to do is hand feed people to the IRS, because the Biden administration says, hey, I don't care what the Supreme Court said. We're just going to do it anyway. Because when the IRS shows up on your front door and says, "Hey, we're taking your house," the Supreme Court can't stop you for years. Yeah, you're going to be homeless long before you can complain. You're not going to be able to pay for the lawyer because you don't have a place to live. Well, man, go into my Idle Tools thing and talk to me about some freaking bulk graphics cards, some GPUs. Yeah. Because nobody's getting what they're claiming to get on eBay. I can promise you that. Yeah. They don't make financial sense. And the prices of GPUs are coming down. So I've been sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting for. They've been dropping about 6% per week. I'm just gonna wait for them to crash. What was I looking at? I was gonna look at. You guys got to talk about this stuff because I also trade. Look, Bitcoin's down to 40,000 right now, which is good for me. Woo! Oh my gosh! All right, active
What?
pair. Oh no, I'm looking at. I dinked around and edited a freaking trading bot and forgot to put it back to the way it should be.
No, slowly again, slow again. I had something with 4 million iron. I can't find him anymore. What is fucking idiot
Well, now
was scouting me?
when you've got your like you got your new fast stuff, you before that your town opens up into it, go look for one of the new Wi-Fi 6 routers. The you're gonna want that. The anytime you're buying a router for your home, they don't put the information that you need to know that it's a good router. But the one little indicator that it's a good router is look at how many devices can connect to it at one time, and ignore all the other information because the number of devices is directly related to how much memory's in there, and the memory will determine the speed of the router. Anything else they say on the box is marketing and bullshit. But a new Wi-Fi 6 device should do like 26, 27 devices, even though you only have 5 or 6 in the house. But then that means nothing chokes.
Ah, I found him. Oh no, that's all. Not this one.
Yeah, I had a guy that used to come around to my store and pick up used stuff all the time, just to turn it into ground up silver gold scrap. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Raven, I turned off my ASICs last week. The the Shaw 256, it was fluctuating up and down enough that I was getting some negative profit days. The and which I'm not afraid of because at that point I'm still mining crypto at a discount using electricity as the discount. But I actually just don't need the crypto right now while I'm trying to build up other stuff. And like I said, the ton is making money, so I'm making money with ton. Yeah, I have got to mine up another $200 worth of ETH before ETH 2.0 comes out to get some. I got like $150 locked up over Hive OS, and I haven't finished to get a payout. So I got like another $200 I got to mine up over there, which I should be doing. Yeah. The what I don't understand right now is, well, Ton is a SHA-256, but it uses a logarithm of SHA-256. And man, if I could get one of these S9s to mine Ton, I'd make me $10,000-$12,000 a day. I'd go nuts on them son of bitches. Yeah. And I wouldn't tell nobody. There wouldn't be a video about that shit.
Ah, I found him. This guy was this.
Oh, hell yeah, man. You know them Turks. You know, all the special
Right?
forces units I worked with over the years, I cannot stand the Turks. I
Nobody
the
can.
it's just that is a culture I don't like. The the there's nothing about the way they talk or act around other people that is ever. They got a lot of food, man. Yeah.
Yeah. What I do with my food? I don't
Upgrade
need food.
upgrade your castle again. That's what you need food for. Castle and academy
Yeah,
and
the academy I need 30.
your troop buildings.
Yeah. We make Sunday 6 resource castles. I don't need food. I
Pe-
get
pe-
on Sunday 1.4 billion food, 1.4 billion food, 800 million iron, and 150 million silver.
yeah, that
Is
I'll
is paid.
when I'm ready. We were talking about that today in the chat. It's like, oh, do you need food for C25? I'm like, no, I need to film at C24 is what I need to do, and I've just
Yeah.
been too lazy to get it done. I spent
We,
5 hours on the game today, and I didn't film 1 minute.
we do it all months now. No, all week. We have one here in this kingdom is doing our wrestle castle. One another player with me. We pay each $100 in a month, and we have resources until 2027.
Yeah.
I don't play about these resources.
Yeah, I didn't get my nap today.
So where we go now?
Yeah, New Mexico for the start of 2022, they stuck another surcharge in. So they didn't raise the rates, but they stuck a surcharge on the rates. So if you use over a certain amount, then they charge you 20% more. So they basically raised the rate for anybody that consumes a lot of electricity. And that includes on businesses. They did that once before and they repealed it when we had the Republican governor. Because back when I owned the computer store, man, the computer store, holy crap, I burn $3,000 a month electricity. And $600 of that was a bogus surcharge. It wasn't even the electricity I was using. My rent was only $400 a month, and the state was taking an extra $600 because I existed and was in business. I tell you, when people start complaining about prices on businesses, it's almost worth the effort to walk out and say, and this product sitting on the shelf is now consuming X number of dollars per day just being here for your convenience. Trying to explain to somebody that once I put a product on a shelf, it is now using air conditioning just as much that the shoppers enjoy. or they don't understand what it costs to stock a shelf. And in my store, it was $200 for every inch of stock that I had up on the store. The I was cleaning up. I'm trying to clean up my hard drive in my computer. I do this every year, and it's taking me longer this year because I only have 180 gigs of space on one of my hard drives. Yeah, so I've got and I'm just gonna ignore it and go buy another 2 terabyte hard drive and throw another hard drive in the frickin' in a toolbox. I've got probably 100 hard drives full of data that's just sitting in toolboxes. You know, I put them in toolboxes so that it's kind of like a Faraday cage. Go do shout outs on them. If they attack you like that, leave 5 million food open, tell the whole damn kingdom where the food's at.
No, somebody can have my resources. I go back home and anybody can attack me. Wait a second.
That's what I was going to ask.
Uh,
Can you get all your troops out of your castle so that somebody
yeah,
can?
I have just 400,000 troops.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that pretty easily. Yeah. Well, once the start of the year started, we saw January's power usage coming through and the surcharge that they were throwing on top of that. Uh, the I shut down what I got going on in here, and then 1st of February I'm going to go put a separate meter in for just the crypto. So the crypto's its own meter, and it's not blending it with anything else that I've already paying electricity with. One of the things that I'm going to wind up doing with crypto that no one else is doing is when the IRS comes for me, I'm not giving up. They're gonna have to haul me to jail, and then they're not gonna win even then. But you do that by separating things and preparing for it, not by doing the bitter clinger thing. Yeah, blindly saying, "Oh, I'm just not going." Oh no, you're gonna go to jail, but doesn't mean they're right. So me personally, you just won't see me writing, doing videos. I'll be sitting in jail eating free food. I already had to talk about that with the police chief. Says, I'd throw you in jail, but they'd let you out the next day without a bond. I said, I'll let you throw me in jail, and I won't sign the paper to get my free bond. He goes, what? I said, you can't let me out unless I sign that paper. And he went, I never thought of that. And I was like, I'll make you feed me, clothe me, give me yard time. I will be a labor cost like no other. You guys want to threaten me with bullshit? I know how to break the bank. And I'm like a hermit anyway. I know I got such a public persona out there, but I can sit in a room by myself for a year and not care. Yeah.
I can't believe. Tomorrow we have Underworld Gate. People know this.
Well, it's different now. So you gotta keep attacking for 30 full minutes now.
Yeah, but we do 25
No,
troops, each one.
I'm telling you, you don't have to do that no more. You cannot kill the gate. Every player.
I know we can't get, but this is fair. I take my farmer equipment, Seldris is wearing his farmer equipment.
What's fair about that? Everybody can send the best they got. It's a chance for them for 30 minutes to practice building a better march. That they should all be trying to figure out how when they join a rally to get the maximum amount of damage out of that rally, and you get to do it 3 times a week. It's now a testing poll for your entire alliance. to build better rallies with, so that they understand how to build teamwork rallies. When you turn around and put a communistic freaking rule on top of that, you're making sure no one learns. No one's going to learn how to build a better rally if the rule is 25 troops and nothing else is allowed. No one's going to get better. They're they're going to blindly throw as much as they got at it, and formations matter in this game. You can't just blindly throw troop numbers at it. Well, Raven, I had that. We got a speed trap down here in Texas. It's damn near nationwide famous, and they literally stuck a trash bag over a speed limit sign and wrote me a ticket. And then on the side of the road, the officer says, "And call this number to find out how much you owe the ticket." It went to an answering machine that nobody answered me back from. Then in the mail I missed my court date and didn't pay my fine. The attorney for that city and that justice was saying, "Well, you owe 400 and some odd dollars." I'm like, "I'm not paying $400 for a speed trap." So I waited 3 months, and they send a bill to the state of New Mexico, who then informs me that I owe money or they're going to suspend my driver's license, right? $75, not 400, because that's what the real ticket was. And so I paid the $75, and I saw it today when I was cleaning up the hard drive. I still got copies of all that stuff. And then they send me a card in the mail that says, "If you don't pay that extra $200, we're going to arrest you." And I've called them up on the phone and said, "When do you want me to surrender myself for the arrest?" And they go, "What?" I said, "You say you've got a warrant out for my arrest." "I didn't say we had a warrant out for your arrest. We said if you don't pay it, we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest." I said, "Then stop threatening me." Because the law is you can't mail that across the state line. That is interstate commerce fraud. But in the state of Texas, that local justice of the peace, if y'all ever watched the Dukes of Hazzard where Boss Hogg was the law, and people are going, "That ain't like that anywhere else." That is exactly what a justice of the peace is, and it's like that in a lot of states. The state cannot even go in and tell that judge to stop threatening me. He's demanding that I be brought. I said, "I'll wait till you throw my ass in jail." I've offered to drive. It's a 3-hour drive from here. I've offered to drive down there and surrender myself. They won't do it. But if people don't know their rights and the difference between right and wrong, they don't know you've got to fight it in order to make it go away. Because the minute I get arrested in that jail, it is not going to be a lawyer that I call. It's going to be the Attorney General of the state of Texas. Because at that point, I got all the cards where they threatened me across state lines, and then they made good of it with law enforcement. But until they actually arrest me, all they're doing is running their mouths. They haven't broken any laws yet. And if I willfully give them $200 that doesn't belong to the city that's just going into their pocket, then I'm the idiot. The fact that they got the power and position to demand money from me doesn't make what they're doing legal or right. Not enough people know their rights, or too many people would start saying, "Yeah, if you look at a cop and say, 'Well, I understand the Constitution,' he's going to start rolling his eyes pretty immediately." And you just got to know the rules and not state you know the rules and say, "Okay, arrest me," and then watch them freak out and get on a radio. We're supposed to threaten to arrest him, and he said, "Okay." It's amazing how it turns into a warning just a few seconds later. I had a state trooper in New Mexico try and tell me that my tags were expired and it's a permanent plate. I'm standing behind the car and I said, "You see that word there where it says PERM?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "That means permanent. I don't pay an annual fee for a plate." No, you got to re-register it every year. I'm like, "Do you not understand the English word permanent, son?" and I said, "I think maybe we need to get your lieutenant down here." And I named him. He says, "How do you know my lieutenant's name?" I said, "I paid for his Veterans of Foreign Wars membership." And now he just thinks I'm asking for a hookup and not the fact that he's a dumbass kid in a uniform, thinking he's trying to convince me he's doing me a favor by not writing a ticket. Because at the point that he was being stupid, I got belligerent. I said, I think you need to write me a ticket because I have no intentions on ever re-registering this car ever again. Yeah, my family finds me entertaining because I do dick with law enforcement and the little local governments quite a bit.
He was told the people already on the mermaid just spend mussels or shells if you have 11 pieces of this. Just if you have 11, just then you have to spend. Then you get also pink pearls.
You get the pink pearls
Oh.
from where?
If you have 11, then you can spend 10. Then you get the pink pearls.
Oh, don't spend them every day. Just do them one.
No?
Just wait 3 or 4. It's like 4 days to build up to 11 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really important. Really
I
important.
I hadn't been doing that. I hadn't even been looking. Yeah. I'll start doing that.
You don't play the mermaid?
I do, but just when I think about it, it's not a habit. Yeah. We got cops in New Mexico that'll confiscate guns on the side of the road and people don't know where their guns are
Yes, you
going.
know. Oh, can show
Yeah.
this. I missed it. I have to build. What I'm building with these fucking resources? Ah, I know what I'm building. I know what I'm doing. Here.
Yep. Troop buildings. Man, you're
No, wait. I have.
nothing.
No troops now.
I
Yeah.
was telling somebody today, is like I offered somebody that silver so that no one would plunder it from me during the KE event. And they're
I
like,
do the wrong one.
and I said, man, it's cheaper to buy silver than it is to buy speed ups. I would gladly give away a million silver, but no one took it, and I wound up having to speed build my damn walls in order to use the silver so it didn't go to waste. And I'm like, man, I almost should have let the kingdom have the silver, but me being me, I can't let them have the bragging rights of how they stole a million silver from me when I would have given it to them for free if they just asked. Yeah, but that's not how they'll tell the story. I had the worst New World I've ever had this time. They changed New World too, but
I'm two. I'm two. Okay, I'm just a C30, but I'm doing normally with a C30 minimum 40,000 minimum. But I was in a fucking rude place. I was fucking C40 was tickling me the whole time,
yeah,
and
that's what I've been having. The last two New Worlds have been that way, where C42, C43s are over there just dink, 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 dinking. And I'm like, you're not gonna win any of the upper end loot down here in the bottom level 1 tiles. What emotional latchkey problem are you going through that you're decking with small castles? Just get out of their way, leave them alone. Yeah, I only got 20,000. I didn't even get the 20. Well, no, I didn't even get 20,000. I got 12,000, 13,000. I only got 4 pieces of loot, 4 rows of loot out of it this last time.
no, I have already this 20,000. But it's also important to get under the best 500, then you get better rewards.
Oh well, that ain't happening. I told the Alliance this time, I said, because I have a jackass problem in New World, next week in New World, there's going to be a main castle sitting next to mine that's going to fucking start blowing people out of the fucking water. Just so that my little castle can loot in peace. Yeah. I'm going to sit there and dual box with my Knox windows open side by side, just start blowing shit up. Yeah.
So what I'm doing with this food now?
Man, Raven, did you see they they've been begging for the 4 FBI agents that were in the militia, quote unquote. I am definitely putting that in air quotes. That were going to kidnap, quote unquote, the governor, and the audio got released. All the guys they arrested for trying to kidnap the governor before the election were on tape. Like, that's a stupid idea. I don't want to do that. No way, we're not doing that. And the only people that were saying yes were the 4 undercover FBI agents trying to convince somebody to go do that stupid thing. And then those 4 FBI agents arrested the people who said, no, I don't want to do it. And yet they're still heading to trial trying to convince people that they tried to kidnap a governor. We are well beyond the 1930s totalitarianism. This ain't a slippery slope type shit. We're at the bottom of the fucking hill and the mudslide's coming after us. Yeah.
Oh, resources are gone. Perfect. Perfect. That is gone. Oh.
Because it's stupid. But here's the thing, Raven. That little scenario in Michigan, what happened in 1995 in Michigan? Same thing. Where they tried to convince everybody that the militia, so that Bill Clinton could hammer down on these conservative terrorist groups. That's been the thing in the news, right? We got to get rid of all these conservative terrorist groups. They're trying to convince somebody that there's something out there that's not there. At the end of the day, you got to come down to some type of common sense. You mean the people who want to keep the Constitution are the enemy of the United States? The people trying to throw it out are our friends? You know, the George Soros, man, why don't you guys take him out over there in Germany for us? How come you let that guy keep being a problem for us there, Groot? That son of a bitch has hired more district attorneys that are now letting murderers out within an hour so that we have murderers running free on the streets than anybody else on the history. He's getting a good death toll up there. He should have been declared a world terrorist a long time ago. I don't care how much money he's got. Man, I got a cabin. I told you guys I bought there was a hospital up in, I don't want to say, it's not Delaware, somewhere in the Northeast. That they were renovating the hospital, and they have all these uninterruptible power supplies.
Back in a minute.
I bought one of these 30,000 kilowatt battery backup systems that will back up a 220 volt generator. And then with the cabin, we did a test run on it 2 weeks ago. I can run my lights and my pellet stove for 94 days on battery. Because I was kind of curious, because, one of the problems with a pellet stove is you got an electric fan on it. But I got the lights are all 12 volt DC, and then I got my pellet stove, and then my cabin is above the cloud lines, so the air is actually so thin up there that it's if you're not in direct sunlight, it's cool all the time. I don't think it ever gets above 75 during the summer, even when it's 115 down here in the valleys. Yeah. Took four full grown men to pick up that that UPS battery backup. That son of a bitch was heavy. I paid $250 for that thing, and I bought it on auction on eBay. It cost me $800 to get it shipped to me, and and knew they're around $10,000-$12,000 the plus delivery. Yeah, so I was kind of happy to pick that thing up. But we figured out how long we could run it on just battery if nothing else happened, and now I'm going to add a windmill to it to charge the batteries directly off a windmill, a small little, they're not even expensive, like $800 windmill. And I don't think, I think after that, I'm going to be able to disconnect the power to my cabin completely. And that place is going to have TV and internet and be off the grid. Yeah. We almost went completely, you know, we still have DirecTV because we buy DirecTV for my mother-in-law. And if it was up to me, we'd have DirecTV gone. Yeah. I spend $40 a month in apps. I watch every show I want to watch off those apps. Why am I spending $130 a month for satellite TV? Yeah. The only reason I need satellite, I'll keep a satellite hooked up at the cabin so that I can turn it on if I need to, but not have it on just because. Yeah. I got another piece of land up in Tiburon. I'm actually wanting to sell because it's actually too steep for me to walk up and down on. But it's the nicest piece of mountain property in that valley. It overlooks the whole valley. You know, when you pay for a view, it's one of those picturesque views that you want from your front porch. Guaranteed when a house is put up there, I've got two tiers on that. When the house is put up there, probably spend $150,000, $160,000 putting a small house in there, and it would be easily worth $1.5 to $2.5 million. Yeah.
Back on the wreck. Back on the wreck.
Running water. Yeah, I got running water. Yeah. What I don't have is my own well because they made that illegal to drill your own wells up there. Although there may be a well showing up at some point in time. The I've got more than a few wells that are probably if you don't know where they're at, you don't know I got them. They started controlling well water in New Mexico specifically so that they thought New Mexico was going to be the staging ground for a lot of Mexicans, and they wanted to make sure there was enough groundwater for a surge of millions of people. So what they started doing about 15 years ago was cutting the ranchers off from the water they own. We own the water. They have no right to tell us how much of it to use. Oh man, we don't have that kind of water flow off our mountains there, Raven. Yeah, down in I got a place called Seven Rivers, 40 feet underneath my property there. Up in the mountains, we're talking 800-900 feet. Yeah, where you watch shows where they got creek water running, we don't have that off this side of the Rockies. If you're on the eastern side of the Rockies, it's desert because of the way the air flows over the Rockies. But there's ways of collecting water. I've got 1.5 acres, and I haven't gone up and changed the grass on the hillside yet. With the right grass on the hillside, the morning dew will collect on the grass and then run down the hillside and fill a staging pond. And I don't care how hot or dry it is. Where I'm at there, I can actually collect dew like rainwater right out of the air just from the midnight air. I just hadn't done it yet. Like I said, that piece of mountain I own's a little steep. I can't walk around on it. I got to be able to drive, and the person that owns the lot next door won't contact me back. I'm trying to buy the lot next door so I can build a driveway that's flat to another road, so I can drive in and drive out and not have to walk up and down to get to the level. And it's been years. They won't. They're probably dead. No one even knows they own the property. Yeah. A lot of things to think about when you're living off the grid, man. Yeah. My wife, I was sitting there talking about making chicken noodles in our new Ninja Foodie. I was gonna hand make some noodles. She goes, "Ooh, that sounds good. Let me look up the recipe for noodles." And I went, "It's baking powder, salt, and flour and water. What do you mean look up the recipe for noodles? How the hell are you gonna survive when the world collapses if you don't know how to make a noodle?"
Gunmuse, sorry if I will interrupt. I'm quit for today.
Okay,
We are 4 o'clock in the night.
sounds good.
We hear us, we see us. Greetings to New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm in New Mexico.
Greetings to New Mexico, I say.
Oh, I'm probably the only one in here, man. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a unique culture down here. Everybody talks about minorities, and I'm the minority. The 82% of the population is Hispanic. Another 9% is black. The the white male is the endangered species around here. But yeah, we'll talk if you need. Did you get any? But did you ever put your uh link to your Discord in the chat so people could join in your Discord?
Should
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, the whole point for me doing this for you is for you to gain more people. Like I said, I'm just doing this to help you out. I didn't want to do this tonight. I wanted to take a nap, man. If I want to drink a
Okay.
beer, why do I want to drink a beer? It'd have been in front of the TV, not the computer. Yeah, I think I elevated you last time so you could link something. We had a good spike of people in here earlier. Everybody remember to like and subscribe on my side of the channel on the YouTube too. I mean, you got to dig for it, but get it done for me, please. Um, yeah, I do. I actually do enjoy these chats. Uh, but I've got to get some work done for the damn Gun to Glory newbies. Uh, I almost don't want to do it every time I see their marketing company come out there and ask me for video. Would you do a how-to on something that hadn't even been released yet? Dead Zone. What's Dead Zone? Is that on YouTube?
I send you now a picture from our Savage Queen. Gunmuse, wait a second, I send you this picture. Now I copy it. Copy. Gunmuse. Private.
I'll tell you one of the things that's dangerous with these lives there, Groot. Because anybody can join into your party room, if they have music playing in
Yeah.
the background, they will wind up getting me all the promotion that I'm doing for you gets canceled. YouTube will kill it. So it's one of those things where somebody come in being a smart ass and leaving or thinking they're being cute and play music and stuff. It only takes a few
Watch
seconds to
this.
get boycotted.
Watch this picture I sent you.
Oh, hold on.
Right, I get her.
This item isn't available in your country.
Yeah, wait, this is from her. Wait a second. She have this problem. She is from Boston.
I know a few people in Boston. I spent a lot. The Eaton Corporation I work for, their main factory for building ion implanters is in Boston. Yeah, I used to go there to train and to teach.
Have a look. Oh, what I'm writing here.
What am I fixing?
Yeah, I can't.
I can't either. Whatever you sent me, it says this item is not available in your country.
Sunny, Sunny is from. That is Sunny.
That's
Oh, this Barbie.
that.
Oh, Barbie's from Boston. Wait, which country? Oh, wait.
I don't work for
Oh,
Fun Plus. Uh, I can't remember if I did or not, Killa. I might have. Yeah, I'll go look at it tonight, see if I did. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is Sunny freaking Bella?
maybe, I don't know.
Nope. Nope. Sunny's Asian.
I have so much girls here. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's
No, I ask which country are you from, and she is writing 747.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Not King.
this is something that China has been exporting large amounts of dollars out of first world countries via games, and I mean in the billions, the hundreds of billions of dollars at this point every year, and there are 7 countries that have got a pretty good lockdown. Said, look, that ain't happening no more. The money needs to be deposited in a local bank. And it's one of the things where crypto's gotten to be more
China.
mainstream to get around it. Yeah,
She's from
she's from China.
China, from Guangzhou.
Yeah,
Guangzhou.
she's supposed to be playing Guns of Glory Asia, not the regular Guns of Glory. China's blocking her internet, right? You know, if they haven't put a
Oh,
rifle to the back of her head yet, she doesn't know what's going on.
but she's in our alley. I think she's in our alley, right? I don't know.
She snuck in there through some other link that she shouldn't have been clicking on.
Wait a second.
The
Same server? No, same server. No.
eye opening to you. Plague
You
Days.
play in 747. You play in 747.
I'll tell you what would be eye opening to a bunch of people. On the Hulu, The Last Ship. You may have well called that Hollywood's trial run for what just happened with COVID. Literally,
Yeah,
that show ended when COVID started, so they couldn't because Ted Turner is a huge leftist, and that show was all about what ifs. You know what, and literally all the medical advice they're giving out today is based on that. While Biden, I was so pissed off yesterday, I shouldn't have been talking to anybody. Biden was giving his speech, and we need to make sure everybody's wearing a mask. Meanwhile, every other country in the world announced their research and said masks don't work. What the fuck were we thinking? And everybody knew it from day one because the guy who keeps yelling mask, Dr. Fauci, said it on day one from his 40 years of things. That ain't gonna protect you. Don't fucking put that on. And only the Democratic Party wanted the masks. And they only wanted it because Trump turned around and repeated what Fauci said, which was they don't work. So the minute Trump repeated him, we have to say the opposite, and we have to be right. And they've spent 3 years now trying to force people to do something wrong simply to say they're right. And that's where we're at. It just,
She
this,
met me in 747. I was asking her, "You play in
well,
747?"
I
Yes.
understand, but she shouldn't be there. If she's in China, she
In
shouldn't be there.
in my alley, I met you in 747. She's riding.
She shouldn't even have this game on her phone.
No. China's a lot cheaper, I think so.
Yeah, but they have a version of the game called GOG Asia. There's a Guns of Glory Asia. It's a completely different game. She should have never been able to download that game. China doesn't allow it. China is not going to pay Google a 30% tax to sell stuff from one Chinese person to another, which is what when you go to your Google phone and you download, you're paying Google every dollar that you give FunPlus. Google's taking 30 cents of it. China, so there's a GOG Asia where they give them different prices, but at the same time they keep 100% of the money because they own it all. Which is
Is
what
this the reason? Is this the reason they have resource castles, and they're selling us this one? They're buying for $10 resources and selling us for $100.
that is developmental hacks. That's a different issue, but yeah, it's in the same genre. the I I say developmental hacks. I don't doubt for a second that it isn't FunPlus employees doing it, acting like it's a black market when it's not. It's just another way to get, as long as they get the money through some system that's not Guns of Glory, that's not through Guns of Glory. Because like I said, 30 cents on the dollar goes straight to Google. So it's China's number one source of income has been gamers buying black market whatever, no matter what game we're talking about. Uh, World of Warcraft gold was worth more than $1 billion a year alone. They had farms of 10,000 people, Chinese, doing nothing but playing World of Warcraft, using server bots to manipulate the auction house and develop all this gold. And there was this steady inflationary cost to any World of Warcraft server because if you have that kind of market manipulation, inflation is how you make more money when you're the overseeing governing body. This is why people need to understand the politics and then apply it to their gaming. The when me and you were talking about doing our own game, and then we blend the crypto and the stuff in there, and the other group was talking about, well, could we make it so that people got paid out of the game? Yes, you can, but you've got to be the governing body of the money, and you can. And this is the thing that scares governments right now is basically we're at a point in time where me and a million people can agree this economy is our economy and we don't give a shit what anybody else says. We don't have to base it on a dollar or a Deutschmark or, you know,
Yeah. We
what it,
don't have mark anymore. We have euro.
yeah, you got, you
We
got,
have euro.
you gotta,
20 years we have already. 20 years. In 2 weeks we have 20 years euro.
that's been the failed experiment though. The,
Yes, yes, but GOG is developed deve- developed in China, but GOG is not allowed to play GOG in China. He's writing this.
yeah,
GOG is developed in China, but GOG is not allowed to play GOG in China.
right. The studio's there. They have no concept of funding. Like if so if they go out and do a week's worth of work in China at their developmental studio, like what we're doing right now, China thinks that's worth 50 American dollars a week's worth of work for a whole team to go out and build video. So that's what they offer me to shoot a video from them. $50. I think the last offer, hold on, I can actually pull that up. The last offer I got from China. Let me find her. Come over here somewhere. Get out of the way. Is that her? Yeah, right there. $2,000 was their budget. I tried to explain to her that, I mean, there's 166.6 hours in a month, and I'm not working for $2,500. No one in a first world country is. That's their offer did not even meet the $7.80 per hour threshold for minimum wage. They don't even understand that. But there's some kid working in a basement somewhere who thinks $2,000 is just a lot of money. He's going to be rich, you know. Uh, you know, not me. I know that I would have to commit a month's worth of time to do the job professionally. And hell, my graphics card's $16,000. And I told her that I spent $16,000 on a single graphics card. These people complain
No
about,
way.
yeah, these people complain about a damn $3,000 graphics
Sun,
card.
Sunny is writing, no way, I can only choose to leave. Also, I really want to play games with you, as she means me. She's a pretty girl.
She's got to
Maybe.
get a virtual private network, a VPN. She's got to download some VPN software and fake her location.
Yeah.
But she'll have to reload the game when she does it. She'll have to get a device. She'll have to wipe out the game. She'll have to wipe out the device, reload the Google store under the VPN as another country, because Google will remember what country she's in, and then run that VPN and then run that Google store on another one. That's the same way we used to go out and build a fake Chinese account to get the discount. Is you had to build the device as if you were in China the whole time. You can't just turn around and say, "Hey, I'm in China 1 minute and I'm in the U.S. the next." There's software to prevent that from happening. Google's a big snitch. You can't if you're gonna go out to trick Google, you got to do it from the start. Google shouldn't have a say in it. They're an American-made company. They should not care who owns what property or where they live in the world and what they want to do. We call that freedom, but that's not the way they act. If China doesn't want them playing on the Google side with Americans, they're going to prevent it. In other words, she's one of the few Chinese players that's, so when you see other Chinese players that are in game, they more than likely are working within the company or some partnering company and have a firewall bypass of some kind, either within the company they work in or the company they don't. One of the ways I get inside information is there's like 50 companies and they all share the same lunchroom over there where FunPlus is.
She faked the VPN, and she was also loading the Google store from another country. I've tried everything you want, but it doesn't work.
And they may have. I haven't done it in years. I don't have a reason to. I don't care. When they separated to the GOG Asia game, I just threw the market away.
Let's talk here, right?
Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, the GOG beta game, when it came out and I downloaded it, that type of stuff that doesn't go through the Google Play Store, like when they issue a beta out for an APK, I have a completely separate device that I'm going to wipe and reload all the way back to nothing's on it after I load that beta, because there is way too much other stuff in those betas that doesn't go through the Google security check. Google does try to make sure. Google's not checking the security to keep you safe. Google's checking the security to make sure they get paid, which helps keep you safe. It's don't ever think I'm saying Google's trying to help you. Google's making sure they're helping themselves at every point in time. You know, you guys should watch for the Huawei events. If you've got an old phone and you don't have to turn it in, like when Huawei will go around to these other YouTubers, like I think Tom Vapor had it not too long ago, where if you went and downloaded Huawei with him, you got 50% off on your spending for 90 days. And he gets a big fat check from that. But you got to act like it's a new account and everything else, but that's easy enough to fake because Huawei's got zero security. But the Huawei app, not very trustworthy in my opinion after using it for years. What do you mean I'm not online? Yeah. So I've got a device that's specifically for buying loot through Amazon, but that's not the one I play on. It's not the one I show you guys.
Uh, Sunny want to talk to you.
I'm seeing it. I just the
Right, I invite her to our chat too.
She may not speak English, man.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where I know her from. I don't nothing. It's so much people here.
Picture came in a frame. Do you know that none of the TV shows that are made in America now can be shown in China if they don't have a Chinese actor in the show? They will not allow Chinese to see any TV shows that don't have a Chinese face representation. The it's an effort to make sure that we in the real world know who their new masters are going to look like. I'm glad I'm getting to the end of my life. You guys are going to have a World War III that's going to be pretty freaking bloody. The
Half an hour ago, I said I have to quit. I have to sleep some.
Well, let's quit, man. We're not here to do tech support for freaking Guns of Glory.
Okay, see ya. Okay.
Are you leaving?
No, no, no. She's here.
She's
Hi,
here.
Sunny. You can. Yeah, she knows Discord. It's the reason why she has she's gone again.
I'm a Discord idiot. I don't know where anything is.
Yeah, she was in our chat, in our voice chat. So now I leave. We see us.
All right, man. Go get some sleep. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll stick around in your voice chat here for a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream. This has got no value to anybody that's watching us. Hey, but I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. I am working on a damage order video. I've been promising it for a month now, and I got an outline written. The real part of it is I'm trying to write articles to go with it, and I'm for a guy that used to own 2 magazines. I don't have any interest in writing anymore. The my you guys can't see, but I wrench my hands off because of the arthritis. I have no interest in the keyboard or any writing like that because it's just so bad. But everybody, all right, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.